as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7. Sports 56 traffic.
Tina Tires with your traffic on Sports 56. We've got crashes 240 northbound near Union, 240 westbound at Perkins, Shelby Drive at Lamar, and that one's causing big delays. Pleasant Hill at Holmes and Brunswick at Jack Bond. And that's your traffic on Sports 56. We'll have everything again as it breaks with me, Tina Tires, and Zach.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hertz on AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Now, here are your hosts, Peter and CJ.
Well, we got ourselves a real hot tamale this morning.
Oh, we do?
We do.
Okay.
We do. Welcome in, everybody. It's a little rainy out there, a little, at least dreary. It certainly looks rainish out there. But today could be anything but, because it's not going to be a dreary show today. No, I can tell you. We have a bunch to get into, including just some absolute gold coming from your Memphis Grizzlies last night. We're going to get into it, believe me, coming up in just a little bit. Big show here. Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings. I am Peter. Just holding for applause there. Thank you. Okay, and no, that's okay. I was just waiting for the people listening.
Oh, the people.
Sure, yeah,
the people applaud.
I'm just going to hold that for
cool.
Just hold that for a second. Okay, there it is. And of course, across the table, CJ Hurt.
Hey, everybody. Can we put a pin in this real fast? I need to go run and grab my Tums. I'm not used to eating anything spicy this early in the morning.
Yeah, that's okay.
All
Go
right.
get your Omeprazole. You're good.
Did I leave it over there?
And then producing this program today, as he does each day, from Rack City. He don't eat no meat. He can't be beat.
He don't scream in his wildest dream.
He loves veggies. He hates Reggie's.
Wait, whoa. I didn't know he hated Reggie.
Yeah, he knows Reggie's and hates them.
Oh, okay.
That's new. Just added that to the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Similac Zach, a.k.a. Rack City Zach, a.k.a. Zach Boyd. What's up?
What's going on, guys?
What is going on, Zach? That's the better question.
I don't have any beef with any Reggies.
Like Reggie Bush?
No.
You cool with him?
He's
Reggie
all right.
Miller? Y'all beef with Reggie Miller?
Mm-mm.
Reggie Jackson? You
Yeah.
got
Nah,
beef
I
with
don't. Nah, I don't.
What about Reggie White?
No. He was before my time.
Oh, okay.
Reggie Roby?
Who?
Reginald Vell Johnson?
Wait, that's not a real person.
Yeah, it is. That was Uncle Carl.
Oh, that's him?
That was Carl Winslow from
Oh, that's Carl.
yeah, Reginald Vell
Okay.
Johnson, a.k.a. Reggie
No,
Johnson.
he was cool.
I mean, Vell Johnson. Reggie Vell Johnson, they call him. You was cool? No beef with them?
Yeah,
Okay.
he-
All right, that's fair enough. Because the beef is important. I'm talking beef today because beef is important. We're talking beef today. Beef, baby. It's
for lunch, for
it is
dinner, for
what's
breakfast?
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Today we are. The Flames are out. Grizzlies winners last night, 96-82 against the Pistons, but that really wasn't the story. The story was a spectacular locker room performance from Dylan Brooks, who has no fear. He will take any shot on the court or off the court. He's taking them all, and it's happening. It's an unbelievable performance last night. It was an all-time great locker room from the Grizzlies all the way around. Everyone was just in a mood, and it was. So we're gonna talk because this Andre Iguodala thing's taking a little bit of a turn, and the Grizzlies are a little put out and they're a little exasperated in the locker room with the whole thing, and so that sort of flowed out a little bit last night into some spectacular social media interactions, and we're gonna delve into all of that coming up in just short order. Later on in the show, 8 o'clock, Dustin Starr is going to call us, our old friend from the world of wrestling. He got some good stuff coming up. He's going to make an announcement and have a little discussion, and we're going to talk about the big thing coming up.
Okay.
So I don't want to get too deep into it right away, but it's going to be good. I think it's going to be excellent. You're going to enjoy it. I always enjoy talking to Dustin. Of course, he was there last night as the in-arena host. So maybe he wants to start slinging some flame,
some hate,
some fire, some just absolute pure, unadulterated grade A trash, which is fantastic. I love it. Bring all of it. Get every bit of it. So we'll talk about that. Coming up, the rest of the trade deadline discussion around the NBA, a little NFL. We're going to get into with some news percolating here and there.
Okay.
We'll get into that a little bit. College hoops, of course, an interesting revelation, I guess, from Penny Hardaway last night in his coach's show, and something that I did not know. We'll talk about that too. All of that on the show. If you want to get in touch with us here in the Family Leisure Studios, because that's where we are, the Family Leisure Studios, where family and fun come together, you can do so. You can dial up. Zach, how do they do it?
They can call us on our First Bank phone line at 901-360-8255, or they can hit us up on our First Bank phone line.
Yep, you got
text line.
What?
The phone text line.
First Bank phone text line. Okay.
Keep up on the First Bank phone text line. Where's that at, Zach?
They can hit us up on our First Bank text line at 67129. And if you just so happen to be new to the show, first time listener, and if you want to hit us up, you just text 56 join to 67129. Just do it one time, and you're good to go.
One time. Yes. So, thank you, Zach. That's how you go. And I have a feeling you guys will want to interact here. It was wild. Wild situation last night. As I mentioned, the Grizzlies winners over the Pistons, 96-82. That part wasn't particularly wild. In fact, that game was pretty awful, all things considered.
You don't enjoy 10-point quarters?
I don't.
I thought
we were past that. I thought we were past that, honestly.
No, this is a throwback to the...
It was a throwback.
Aughts?
It was a throwback in every sense because it was throwback night. I mean, the 90s jerseys, it was throwback. It felt like a Pistons scoring 82 points that's definitely a throwback to the 90s. That's
not
Tayshaun Prince.
2003, 2014.
No, I looked over. Tayshaun Prince was, member now of the Grizzlies front office, but he was sitting a couple of seats over from me, and it's just giddy. He's like, yes, oh, this is my jam right here. This is me. Woo! He's just loving it. He's like, yes, another foul. Oh man. Yeah, another missed shot at the rim. I mean, we saw two balls hit the side of the backboard and another ball hit the top of the backboard. I think 3 airballed layups. Andre Drummond airballed about a 17-footer, at least 4 feet short. At least. I mean, it looked like a pass. It didn't. I don't even know. It was. It's ugly. Just.
You say ugly, Peter. I say vintage.
It's ugly. Like a lot of vintage stuff, also ugly. So ugly. I mean, real, just filthy, ugly. And it embodied it beautifully because look who was successful. You had Jonas Valanciunas and Andre Drummond, the two bigs, 26 and 17, 25 and 18. I mean, this was
if you
throwing it back, baby.
Gave me a handful of players to send back in time to play basketball. Those two would be on my list. Not saying they were 1 or 2, but they would definitely be like, okay, let's send these giant men down there because they like to play that way. Let's see what they can do back in 93, 94.
Whoo!
Just banging.
Absolutely. So that was, it was one of those games. John Morant didn't play particularly well. Had 3 or 4 really bad passes, like just unusually bad, not even close, sort of sloppy stuff, the kind of stuff we thought we would see from him, but we really haven't. And so it's kind of when you notice it, oh, okay, all right, that's a little unusual. Jaren Jackson Jr. was super hyped to play in this game, but just it never really quite happened for him in the game. Offensively, he had some moments, but didn't really happen for him.
When he did get buckets, is in the oddest of ways. Like that dunk. He's coming off a curl. You've talked about it. that they're running action for him like he's a guard. So he's curling off of a screen like he's a guard. And this is something I hadn't seen, and it took me aback the whole game when he would do it, where now he's got the ball in his hands and he's still being treated like a guard. He goes, uses Jonas as a pick and roll and gets around him and just straight to the rim for a dunk. He had one drive where you can't double Ja if Jaren is a screen guy because Jaren can attack this closeout or Jaren can shoot. And he had one play where they double Ja. Ja finds a way to give him the ball like 3-4 steps behind three. You're thinking, okay, he's going to make the next pass. And nope. My man attacks the closeout, gets to the elbow, stops. It's like, okay, now he's going to pass it. Nope. Hesitation, dribble behind the back, and then bow straight to the rim for the and one. Like, he's not supposed to. People aren't supposed to be able to do that. Not that size.
No. Yeah, the hesitation was great. He's clearly been watching the highlights of Ja. He's getting
the Ja lights.
The Ja lights.
Okay.
Great band, the Ja lights.
Okay.
Have you seen? Anyway,
were they on stacks?
That was more of a Philly thing.
Okay.
But anyway, so the game itself was whatever. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzlies won. They're 25-25. Okay.
All right.
Let's get to the
Get to the stuff, man.
Get to the stuff.
That's why we came in today.
The stuff after the game. That's the stuff.
Yes.
Dylan Brooks. He just decided this was the day. Let's do this. Let's get it. Because of course, as this game is going on, David Aldridge of The Athletic is reporting that Andre Iguodala is threatening to sit out the rest of the season if he is traded to a place that he's not one of the quote. Now this is where and I will just be fully honest with you. I reached out last night to DA and I haven't had a chance to catch up with him because he's obviously got a million things going on right now. So I was hoping for a little clarification on some of this, and maybe that'll happen today. But the idea of his phrasing is. Per league sources, Andre Iguodala is prepared to sit out the rest of the season if Memphis isn't able to orchestrate a trade with one of the agreed-upon teams he designated by Thursday's trade deadline. So that phrasing is interesting. Agreed-upon teams he designated. That sort of insinuates that the agreement that the Grizzlies and Iguodala had, they had kind of an informal agreement back in September. Mm-hmm. That agreement included some kind of designation about agreed upon that these are the teams that we're going to try to trade you to. And if not, then whatever. I don't know if that's the case. I've not been able to confirm that. I've reached out. Both sides have either gone silent or sort of deferred comment until a later time. So I can't tell you the specifics there. I don't know what the language of that is. I don't think anyone does other than the members of the Grizzlies front office and Iguodala's people. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. If the Grizzlies agreed to something, then obviously that changes things a little bit. It seems to me unlikely that they would. I don't know why they would really. But that's the report. So that he's willing to sit out if he's not traded to one of those teams by Thursday. Obviously the whole Iguodala situation is kind of been on the back burner all year, and it hasn't really been I wouldn't say it's been a distraction. It's just been something that everyone kind of dealt with because it was agreed upon before the season even really started that this was the way it was going to go. He was going to be away. They didn't want him.
Right. People
talk about Iguodala like not playing or like they're mad because Iguodala's not playing or whatever. The Grizzlies are fine with that. They didn't want him.
Mm-hmm.
They were happy to go with their young players. They didn't expect to be contending this year. They don't. It's not a thing. So it wasn't like they were like, please, Andre, come play for us. Please, Andre, come to Memphis. And he's like, no, it wasn't it. It's a mutual thing.
Yeah, both parties looked at one another and said, well, we don't know what to do with one another. Like, okay, well, yeah, we don't want you here. You don't want to be here. We'll figure something out for you.
I mean, again, they took the contract because of the accompanying first round pick that Golden State gave to them in order to clear their books. They wanted that contract off the books. So they took they didn't take the player, they took the contract. So everyone kind of knew this was the way it was going to go. Now Iguodala at the 11th hour here seems to be asserting a little bit of leverage. He has limited ability to do so, I should point out, because first of all, he does not have a no trade clause. So that right there is the the be all end all. Some players do based on the there's some certain types of contracts where you would end up with a no trade clause. So, for example, like JaVale McGee has a no trade clause because of the nature of his contract.
Really?
Yeah. Kentavious Caldwell Pope has a no trade situation. Or can because if it's essentially if trading you would invalidate your bird rights because of the nature of your contract, then you can decline that.
Okay.
So anyway, Iguodala can't do that. He doesn't have that. So he also, as we've said before, didn't want to play. Grizzlies didn't want him to play. But he obviously has a preferred spot in mind. And if he's traded, then he doesn't have any control over that. If he's bought out, he does. He can control where he goes. Mm-hmm. He would prefer, obviously, to have that control. Now, if he wanted to take like a massive salary reduction and a buyout, I'm sure the Grizzlies might consider that, or might have considered that earlier this year. I'm not sure at this point now. It's probably all gone a little too far. But, if you don't want to take a $3 or $4 million haircut or $5 million or $8 million haircut or whatever it would be to have that choice. So that's the nature of it, right? He doesn't get that choice. Now he's trying to assert some leverage at the last minute. It's understandable. Right. I think all of us would do the same thing. You would try to assert your leverage wherever you can. Mm-hmm. But his leverage here is limited because of the no trade clause or the not having a no trade clause. On top of that, the collective bargaining agreement designates that if a player does not perform the agreed upon services, in this case playing basketball, for the team, for a period of 30 days. So right now the Grizzlies and Andre Iguodala, he's not performing basketball services, but that's agreed that he's not going to.
Right.
So everything's cool, but that's fine. But if that changes, if he's traded somewhere else and refuses to go to them, and his basketball services aren't being performed for them, then he can be held. Not only can be fined, obviously, but more importantly for him, the NBA can withhold his ability to be signed as a free agent. So they can say you can't. No team can sign you. That's a pretty strong situation. So I don't know that he's got a lot of leverage to go follow through with the claim that he makes unless he just wants to retire, which I guess is at 35 it's possible. Mm-hmm. Seems a little bit of an overreach, but it's possible. Mm-hmm. All that is prelude. I wanted to make sure we get all that prelude in.
All right.
Before we get
Can we get to the good stuff now?
So Dillon Brooks is made. Dillon Brooks.
The high yellow mamba.
And he wasn't even like, yeah, thank you. That's good. We need that. He wasn't even like, mad is not the right word. He's just more defiant.
He's laying down the facts, man. That's all he's doing.
Defiant. He says defiant. Let me just give you the good stuff. I can't wait till we could find a way to trade him so we can play him. Show him what Memphis is all about.
Blow it up right there. Show him, Dillon.
On top of that, then you got Ja Morant amplifying that tweet with that quote with a say it louder emoji. DeAnthony Melton did the same thing, except like he did like a shrug emoji, which is not as good. The say it louder one was better. Then, as if that wasn't enough, you got Memphis rapper, not my favorite, but good, solid rapper, Key Glock, out there with a F Iguodala, and Ja Morant liking that tweet.
Yeah.
Liking a lot of other anti-Iguodala tweets. It's all happening, man.
It's going down.
It is happening.
The beef I didn't know I needed, but I am all the way here for Andre Iguodala versus Dillon Brooks, and by extension, the city of Memphis. I am here for it. If you had told me that would have been a beef in July, I'd be like, no. Why? Now that it's here, yes, sir. Let's get it going, DB.
This was just a spectacular turn of events.
Yes.
In the locker room. And Dillon Brooks just irritated, and he has he's just out here firing. He has no problem. Like Jay Crowder, I talked to Jay Crowder, he was a little more circumspect about the whole thing. He's just like, well, he's a veteran. That's his. He does what he wants to do. We don't really think about it. It's just how it is. But the comparison between Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala is very obvious. Like, two veterans. Obviously, Iguodala's done more. He's older. But, the approach is quite different in the way those two guys approached their situation with a team, younger team. And Iguodala, it's sort of ironic that in coming together to prove Iguodala wrong, they've turned into a team that would be perfect for Iguodala to join.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't going to happen. So now it is happening. The young Grizzlies and the Grizzlies organization has really tried to. They're very risk averse organization generally. They don't really love controversy. It's been a pretty low key locker room situation. I mean, last night was all going crazy.
I mean, this is something that that they talked about. You look up and you're in practice, and then you get off the court, and somebody's like, "Hey, you see Andre Iguodala on the jump?" Like, wait, what? Why? What is he saying? And then you see and hear the comments, read the comments, and then you get back into the locker room with your teammates, and you're like, what's the deal with this guy? What's going on? Do you know him? Did you bring him? Is he your people? No, man, we can't be having that. And then so I feel like Dylan Brooks, of all of the characters in the locker room, is clearly the guy who would find a way to express some of the frustrations of the others in the locker room, because he just doesn't care. He's a shooter, man. He every aspect of his life, he shoots.
That is for sure. Never once has he failed.
No, to take
that shot.
No.
Has he made them all? No. But he's gonna take them. He's gonna take them, and he took them last night. And on top of that, this is how wild last night was. So I talked to Dylan after after all this happened. I was talking to Josh Jackson actually when the first thing went down.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole bunch of reporters talking to Dylan. I was talking to Josh Jackson. Had a really nice night. Very interesting chat with Josh. Mm-hmm. Talked a lot about the culture changes. Talked about how he felt like as a young player he was thrown into the deep end and didn't have a lot of support system and made some mistakes as a result, and feels like he's got all the very interesting stuff, but not on a different level than just the flames that Dylan Brooks out here.
Right.
So I really didn't know. I went over to talk to Dylan after all that was done, and we talking cat. He says similar stuff to me because I asked him about some of the same things. He doesn't say quite as but what he did say was, I asked him what a distraction would be. Everyone talks about distractions. I'm like, so what does that even mean? What's a distraction? Like, what is that? What does that mean for you? Is that a thing? He's like, his quote is, "I feel like a distraction would be a cancer in the locker room. In the past 2 years, we've had those." What? Where did that come from? We're out here.
What's the target, man? That's the deal with shooters, Peter. They shoot. They shoot on the court.
I mean, they shoot like
a
half-court shot.
They shoot during one-on-one interviews. They shoot during the scrum. They shoot in the DMs on IG.
Woo.
They shoot everywhere.
Woo! That's a half-court shot. We were over here talking by the scores table. He's just like,
let it fly, man. Let that Mother Nature fly.
So now we got cancers in the locker room from last 2 years. Feel free to guess who that was. That's a fun guessing game. So your reaction, 67129. We're going to talk about the fallout from this. What are the options now for the Grizzlies? What happens from here? And how does this make you feel? I feel like I know the answer to that question. I think he's never been more Memphis than he is right now. Memphis has embraced, like, this is Zebo.
Can't trade him. He's made himself untradeable now.
He's made himself some money. This is Zebo, telling Kendrick Perkins, "I'll beat your ass." This is we don't bluff. This is right in the wheelhouse of Grind City. This is grit and grind 2.0, baby.
Stop it.
It is, though. All right. We're gonna hold off here. We'll come back and we're gonna get your reaction to all this. Dylan Brooks, call in 360-8255. Dylan Brooks, a hero.
Not the one we deserve, but the one we need.
We didn't know. We didn't know we needed this, but boy, now we got it, and it's great. So please feel free. We're gonna take phone calls. We're gonna take texts. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get down into it. We'll talk about the the options at this point. All of that is to come here on a flame-throwing edition. Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ. And, man, Dylan Brooks calls in. Who knows what he's going to say? He's just going to get after somebody. That's all going to happen as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Grab a seat every afternoon for Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 FM and 87.7 FM.
Sundays and Mondays are special at the Butcher Shop, celebrating over 35 years of serving the Mid-South by giving a big thank you to you, their loyal customers. You can come in, relax, watch your favorite games, and enjoy hand-cut steaks along with a premium bar. Sunday and Monday nights from 5 until 8:30, you can get select entrees for $25. That includes a salad, baked potato, and bread, and you don't have to pick one, you get all three. Some of those entrees are 10-ounce New York strip steak, slow-roasted prime rib, Atlantic salmon with dill sauce, marinated grilled chicken breast, grilled boneless pork chops, and crab stuffed shrimp. Plus, all appetizers and desserts are 20% off. Don't forget, Hamburger Friday every Friday from 11 to 2. It's the best. The Butcher Shop, always a Memphis tradition. Call 901-757-4244, 901-757-4244 for more information, or just stop in at 107 South Germantown Parkway in Cordova. It's not too early to start planning for spring at Family Leisure. New pools are starting at $19.99, spas starting at $21.99, and swim spas now only $99.99. 5-piece patio furniture starts at only $799. Pool chemicals, toys, accessories, and more up to 20% off. Mention this ad, you'll get free delivery and 1 month of chemicals with your spa purchase. Start your spring planning now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
I'm thinking wine. Sweetgrass has such a great wine selection.
I'll just have water.
Water? We didn't drive. Look at the great prices on Sweetgrass's wine list.
Nope, just water for me.
You okay?
I'm great, never better.
But you're drinking water. Wait a second. You always said that if you...
That's right.
You wouldn't...
That's right.
So you're saying you're...
That's right.
This is fantastic. I have a designated driver to Sweetgrass for months.
That's your takeaway from this news?
I mean, the baby thing is great, but a designated driver to Sweetgrass for months.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Sports 56 traffic.
Tina Tires with your traffic on Sports 56. We've got crashes, 385 westbound at Kirby, Sam Cooper at East Parkway, Union at Cleveland, 240 northbound at Madison Avenue, Chulahoma at Rains, 40 westbound near Jackson, and 240 westbound at Perkins. And we'll have everything traffic again as it breaks on Sports 56 with me, Tina Tires, and your friend Zach.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Everybody needs a little time away. I heard her say.
That's right.
From each other.
This is the Iguodala song. Everybody needs a little time away.
Even lovers need a holiday.
Yeah, that's right. Woo-hoo! All right. Dylan Brooks. Should they retire his jersey now or we'll just wait?
Yes.
Okay. Legendary performance last night. Legendary. We're talking about an all-timer. Dylan Brooks has really over the last two, on the court and now off the court, has earned himself a spot in the Memphis Hall of Fame. He's got the chip on his shoulder that you need to be an honorary Memphian. He's overlooked, underappreciated. He's been underpaid for the last few years. I mean, this is all Memphis, right? This dude is Memphis. Memphis.
Now
the most
he is.
beautiful land in the world. What is it?
Not most beautiful, just the beautiful.
The beautiful land.
The beautiful land.
The beautiful
Yes.
land. That's right.
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's him. He's
I just want that guy to walk around.
got some drama, on the off the court. I mean, it's all there.
Shooter's gonna shoot, man.
I mean, it's all there. The guy he's what a story.
Just if my man was.
Memphis.
There you go. This is for Dylan Brooks.
Memphis. Nothing but Memphis. Everywhere we go, it's Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee, the beautiful land in the world.
Like, I need him to pop out.
Yeah.
We talk off air about our sketch comedy show that we're working on.
Right, we are.
Got
some good
I need him to just pop out randomly in random moments to highlight the pride that is, the civic pride that Memphians have for Memphis. And Dylan Brooks exhibited that last night. So at the end of all that, so we can show Iguodala what Memphis is about, my man just pops up and just hits us with it. That would be great.
He actually lives in Memphis.
You know what? Something about that clip leads me to believe so.
I mean, that was my thought as well. Is that he lives
this
in Memphis.
This dude isn't in Anchorage screaming Memphis.
Anchorage. Everywhere I go is Anchorage.
The beautiful land.
Juno. Also, the Denver Nuggets. Another tricky one. You got to watch out for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yep. They got the N and the two G's, man. It's hard.
Right out of the gate.
It's hard.
It's a lot happening there. Dexter said, that trick hitting hard. Yes, sir.
All right.
Keep it. Just keep that rolling through. I'm with Dilly. AI can get bleeped. Yeah.
Dilly? All right. Also, Dylan Brooks in that clip looked like he was letting his soul go a little bit.
He's been doing that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Memphis and Brooks versus everybody. Somebody else texted Iguodala versus everybody. Everybody versus everybody.
Somebody versus everybody. Anybody versus everybody.
This is where we're at, man. Let's roll. Let's get it. I'm ready. Let's get it. It's time. Time for all of us. This was Brooks' moment where he grabbed that brass ring of Grizzly beloved status, fan favorite. When he checks back in, next time the Grizzlies don't play at home for a little while, but next time he checks back in, woohoo! That starting lineup, woo!
Got to announce him last now. He's got to be last.
He might have earned that.
Got to go last, man.
From the University of Oregon. He doesn't give up. Dylan Brooks! Dylan! We love you! Dylan, hit me up on Instagram.
Hey.
I mean, the beloved Dylan Brooks. He is Memphis. Memphis.
Beautiful land.
Beautiful land. That's him.
Yeah.
Tony, what's up?
What up, Tony?
What's going on? We there's a few of us around here prefer to Dylan Brooks as the alpha, and he is definitely living up to it. I told you a long time ago, about 2 months ago, Pete, you would hate on the man. That man is a baller, and he's showing it every day. I was looking at the Detroit, they Fox network last night. It's amazing how outside of the media market, they appreciate and admire Dylan Brooks' game better than the Memphis media. I think the man is a doggone good player, and I like the spunk that he bringing, and I think you should throw stones at Iguodala. You don't want to be a part of Memphis? Hey, do what you do, baby. Sit on your butt. And I like that. I like that they sticking up for their team because, I mean, obviously, Iguodala means in foreign land, it must mean definitely ignorant. Because you could come here and could have played, and I think he would have got what he wanted. But I hope they don't trade him. I hope he has to sit out for the rest of the year. I'm going to be honest with you. Getting paid good money and talking a lot of trash. Showing up on TV, could be playing, baby. But, hey, it is what it is. And that's about for Grizzlies. That's what I would tell them. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Thanks,
and quit hating on the alpha. Because guess what?
Hey,
it's
Tony,
like,
Tony, I told when I said it, and I'll still say it. 2 months ago, I say it right now. It's nothing to do with Dylan as a person. I like Dylan personally. I've always liked Dylan personally.
Okay.
It's not about personal. It's about his game. He takes. I don't care how many shots he takes. 2 of them are jacked up at least. And in fact, now interestingly enough, I posted this. If you want to check out the tweet, at Peter Edmiston, I posted this last night because I was looking at some stuff for the trade deadline. And if you look at Norman Powell, who plays for the Raptors, he's shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 84% from the free throw line, having a really good year. Literally, if you take the 2 shots away from Dylan Brooks, and they're 2-point shots away, take 2 away, he turns exactly into that. He shoots 50% from the field, 40%. He could make himself even more money if he could just rein that in. That's all I said. I said Dylan Brooks is like salt. A little bit's good, but if you pour the whole thing on, whole dish is ruined. So I'm just telling you. Just a little salt, a little sprinkle.
It's like the Detroit people pointed out. What are they like, 23-1 when he scored over 22 points? Is that not the truth? Because
they're 16-1 when he scores 20 or more. Or and they're 16-0 when he, or 15-0 when he scores between 20 and 29.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Everybody that I heard at the beginning of the year didn't think the Grizzlies would even be mentioned towards playoffs.
I agree.
But they have exceeded
Andre Iguodala certainly didn't either. I can tell you that.
Well, hey, guess what? He's doing like me. He watched. But at the end of the day, the Grizzlies are exceeding expectations. Mm-hmm. And one thing about basketball is all about putting it in a hole and chemistry. Well, chemistry means a whole lot. Forget all that athletic stuff you're talking about. The name of the game is put it in the hole more than the other team and have the best score. And you're going to win. And guess what? That's what they doing.
You're right. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
25 times out of 50, that's what they've done. They've put it in the hole more times than the other team, and they've won as a result.
Constantly putting it in the hole.
25 times they've not. And they've lost those games.
Very seldom do you see them take it out of the hole.
They have a 25-0 record, CJ, when they've scored more points than their opponent.
Really?
Yeah.
That's got to be a record.
It is a record.
Like an NBA record.
Absolutely. That's a trend.
It is.
That's a trend. Very strong trend.
That's what the numbers would say.
Now, on the other side, again, they're 0-25 when their opponent has scored more points than them. So, you got to watch that. To me, that's the big stat of every game. It's like, how's that going to go?
I
keep an eye on it throughout the game.
How often is it going in the hole?
Yeah, throughout the game, I keep an eye on just, how that's going. So,
well, we need to put it in the hole, 40, 45 times?
At least
40, 45 times?
Yeah, I'd say more than that if you can.
Yeah. From deep, if you go from deep, man, you don't even have to put it in the hole that many times.
That's true, but it's better.
It is better. The more you can fill it up from deep, man.
Not everybody can do that.
The fewer times you have to put it in the hole.
Not everybody has that though. Not everybody can fill it up from deep.
It is a blessing.
And a curse. 360-8255. 888. Wait, not 888. 901 360-8255. It's been a while since I made that mistake. I make new mistakes. That's a good thing.
Hey, that is
Every
good.
day you want to make new mistakes.
That is good.
That's a key.
Mm-hmm.
Growth mindset, right?
Yes.
Let's make some new mistakes.
Yes.
Not make those same mistakes.
Correct.
All right. So good. Now, as far as the young players from this team, Dylan Brooks, there's kind of a disconnect here between the young player. I mean, disconnect's not the right word because I don't think it's not like there's no issue in the locker room or anything like that, but it's just a different approach. The young guys, I think, are irritated and annoyed with Iguodala and maybe a little feelings hurt that he made it so categorically clear that he didn't want to be part of things. Now, again, the front office was fine with it.
Yeah, the Grizzlies didn't want him to be
but
a
he
part of
also
things
didn't want to. And those guys, just if you think about it from their perspective, like compare what he did to what Jay Crowder did, or what Solomon Hill did, or what Vince Carter did. You know, Vince is still in Atlanta, mentoring and being part of young players. And Vince built a room in his house for Deontay Davis. Not Deontay Davis was apparently beyond rescue, but he tried. He tried. And Vince is not out here, you know, chasing rings and whatever. He's working with young players. Solomon Hill came in with the right attitude. Jay Crowder especially came in with a great attitude of, hey, I like these guys. We're going to make these guys better. We're going to do all this stuff. We're going to serve as a mentor. Tim McMahon of ESPN wrote a great piece about, T. Morant, Ja's dad, coming in and talking to Jay and said he'll listen to you. You need to watch out for him. And that's exactly what he's done. So you compare that to the approach that Iguodala took. And Iguodala's out here like on the jump, saying like, I can't wait to be a mentor for young kids in the league. And the kids are like, what about us?
Right. We're
young kids in the league. So they are upset. But guys like Jay Crowder and Solomon Hill are like, this is how it goes. This is the league. It's life. This is professional. This is what it is. So it's interesting, like the two different approaches. Like, these guys aren't used to the hard knock life of business side of it. Exactly. And the other guys are like, it's just business.
And probably the other guys have been on the other end of this.
I mean, Jay Crowder asked for a trade as a rookie.
Yeah.
So he's from Dallas. It's like, he was telling that story last night. And as a side note, I asked Jay Crowder about his trade situation. He told me that he's in communication with the front office. They have talked about potential situations, but that's still to be determined. But he's in communication with them, and that's what he wants. They're all on the same page. So
that is impressive from this front office. We talked about
it's the way you're supposed to be, right?
Well, yes, it's the way you're supposed to be, but it hadn't been that. It hasn't. And we talk about the first year, second year players all the time and how great they are. And they are great. They are spectacular. But this front office in their first year seems to be pushing all the right buttons on their end as well and are running themselves like a legitimate NBA front office, like you would hope one of your favorite team's front offices in the NBA would run. That's exactly what you do. Jay, thank you so much for your efforts. Thank you so much. We know you're a veteran. Hey, you might not fit all the way in with our plans. Here's what's going on, though. We're going to keep you in the loop every single day with what's going on. And that's all you can do as a front office, man. That's great. That's super professional. And that's not something we've seen from this front office.
So, yeah, that's the way it's going. And that's where it is. So, anyway, it's just interesting to compare the two sides of it. The older guys are like, yeah, that's how it goes. Younger guys are like, man, what the hey, it's not. It hasn't. If anything, it's galvanized them. I mean, it's kind of a gift of the Magi style. Like you've the one thing that you tried to give me is the one thing we couldn't give you. That sort of thing. Like it's we turned you into the thing that you now that we've turned you into this, I would join you, but by not joining you, it's how we did it. Like, there's a lot of a rich sort of irony to the whole thing. It's kind of poetic in that sense. Texters are appreciating our science lessons and performance indications. Thank you guys. Appreciate that very much. I'll also tell you this, and we're going to take a break. But I'll tell you this before we have to take a momentary pause. Andre Iguodala will be traded. 100% chance. It's going to happen.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right.
I'll tell you why after the break. But
oh, you jerk!
We got Dustin Stark coming up at 8:00. We got a lot going on.
Dustin, what's today?
As a wrestler, Dustin should appreciate the promo work that Dylan Brooks is doing. I mean, this is straight promo activity right here. So all of that still to come here in the Family Leisure Studios. The Hour of Power brought to you by Mid-South Power, mid-southpower.com, 3225 Mill Branch. Get your diesel engine taken care of. Oh, they can do it the right way. Heavy duty, light duty, medium duty, marine, agriculture, whatever it is. They got you covered. On-site dynos, technicians, all the parts, everything for you. It is fantastic. 3225 Mill Branch, Mid-South Power, mid-southpower.com. Back After this, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales. Head on over to Frontier Western Store for their famous February sale. This is Frontier's biggest sale of the year, and it is the time to save big on boots and apparel. All men's jeans are now on sale. Ariat denim, $10 off. Wrangler and Carhartt pants, $5 off. Select styles marked down even more, up to half price. There's huge savings on Carhartt shirts as well. Select clearance shirts and outerwear up to 50% off. Ariat shirts and jackets discounted as well. Hurry in for best selections. Women's t-shirts by Simply Southern, Girly Girl, and Puppy Love as low as $10. Frontier has markdowns in the boot room as well. Hundreds of boots by Double H, Rocky, Durango, and Ariat. Now priced to move to make room for new spring arrivals. Stop by Frontier today and grab your next pair of dress or work boots. It's the famous February sale at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
I'm a big fan of Town Village, and there is always something to do year-round. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, daily check-in, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
May the good Lord be with
little Rod Stewart there for you. A little flamethrower in his own right.
Hey, how?
Now, I mentioned before the break, I said Andre Iguodala will be traded.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Now, I don't know specifically where he's going to be traded.
But he's going to be traded.
But he's going to be traded.
Okay.
And here's why. So, first of all, as we've alluded to earlier, the amount of leverage that he's trying to acquire is admirable for him. That makes sense for him to try to do that in his situation. I think most of us would try to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. You want to, hey, okay, look, I don't have any control of where I'm going. I want to make sure I can control it. So let me try this little power play. But again, the NBA has it within the collective bargaining agreement that if he were to actually go through with it and refuse to report to wherever it may be, they could end up withholding his ability to be a free agent at the end of this year, which would obviously be financially costly in a big-time way for him. Mm-hmm. It's not something that he would, I think, find worth it to not play for a couple months. That doesn't make any sense. So right there, I think that leverage is limited in what he can do. On top of that, it always gets a little heated around this time, but the plan for the Grizzlies was always to trade him. Mm-hmm. It was not to buy him out. If they were going to buy him out, they would have already bought him out. Mm-hmm. If there was some kind of an agreement that could have been reached there, then they would have reached it and would have been over and done with. That would have been fine. That would have been at the beginning of the season, that was my preferred approach. Just buy him out and be done with him. But now that they haven't done that, if they buy him out now, having gone through all the stuff they've gone through this year, and particularly now that the locker room is on fire about it, if they buy him out and he ends up signing with, let's say, Lakers or the Clippers, which is the most likely, those are the most likely two options. Mm-hmm. He signs with either one of those two teams. And the Grizzlies end up and make the playoffs. Great story, remarkable story. They make the playoffs and they end up playing against him, having been bought out by the team. It's not as if even a trade would make more sense because at least you would understand as a player, like, look, this is the organization. They're getting something for him. That's the way it goes. A buyout is just, hey, we saved $2 million, $3 million. Mm-hmm. And now we have to go play against this guy after this year where we achieved all expectations, all this. No. That's not going to go over well. You have a locker room that fought and you all this chemistry, all this stuff that you've worked hard for, and you would jeopardize that to save a couple $1 million on a buyout. Ain't going to happen. You don't hold that roster spot open, or you don't hold that roster spot, in check with Andre Iguodala sitting there all year long to merely buy him out. Mm-hmm. You could have already done that. So, again, at the end of the day, all logic points to they're going to trade him. Now, what will they get for him? That's the fun part. Got 2 days to get that together.
The places he wants to go don't have anything, so they have to make moves. That is where this will get really, really squirrely, really interesting because they have to make multiple moves to free up enough space to land Andre Iguodala. I would expect they have to have a third, maybe a fourth team get involved here for a trade like that to work.
Well, that's the thing.
The bad teams have the space. The good teams don't have the space.
But there's a way to make it work.
Okay.
I'll go over a few. We'll go over a few later on the show. Some possibilities. We'll go over a few. See what you think. Get some of the idea of what the return may be. Dylan Brooks. I can't wait till we trade him so we can play him.
That's the high yellow mamba mentality.
Show what
right
Memphis
there,
is all about. Steph out here responding to the. Steph posted on Instagram a picture of Andre Iguodala with the trophy and a emoji. I mean, we're getting a rivalry.
Nobody's talking to you.
Y'all, first of all, y'all didn't stand up for him when he was traded by your team. Talk to Bob Myers. If you're mad about something, talk to Bob Myers about trading him. Why'd you guys feel like it was important to trade him so you could get, let me check my notes here, D'Angelo Russell? That was worth it?
And they're trying to trade him.
Yeah. That was worth it? D'Angelo Russell? Really? Okay.
That's on y'all, man.
That's what I'm saying. That is the Grizzlies have nothing to do with any of that.
No.
The Grizzlies were the team that happened to have a trade exception big enough to take Iguodala's contract.
Happened to be sitting there, not doing anything. Yeah. And you wanted to give a first rounder to him for it? Sure, why not?
Let's do it. Let's go. After the break, Dustin Starr. 5-star. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. All 5. 5-star. He's next. We're going to talk about his opinion of the promo that Dylan Brooks cut last night. Not a heel turn, but a face turn for Memphis fans. Oh, baby. I love it. We'll do all that when we return here. Hour number 2 on the way. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
These seats are amazing.
Shoot it!
We deliver tickets, team merchandise, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. For more than 26 years, they've supplied all the diesel parts that you need. From simple repairs to complete overhauls, they have it all. Whether it's heavy, medium, light duty, agricultural, marine, or off-road, Mid-South Power is the leading source for all things diesel. Fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, and brakes, they can supply all the parts and services you need. Stop in today at 3250 Mill Branch Road in Memphis or call 901-396-0710.
At Aaron's, we believe in the magic of wintertime more. That magic that comes from good people out there, always helping others, working hard and providing for those they love, no matter what. So why are there so many stores unwilling to work with some good people? Just because your credit isn't the best doesn't mean your TV or refrigerator can't be. That's why at Aaron's, we work with you. So you can get flexible lease-to-own plans that fit your budget. Because good people always deserve better. Aaron's. Easy, beautiful, affordable.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. It's been a particularly rainy season, and that stain on your ceiling isn't getting any smaller, exposing your family to the possibility of mold. Let me come take a look. 867-0303. Our technicians are Owens Corning Platinum Preferred, so don't let someone tell you that it has to be replaced if all you need is a repair to get several more years of life. 867-0303. Have me on your speed dial for when life's little catastrophes come up. 867-0303. Upgrade your roof to a beautiful Owens Corning Duration Architectural Shingle with a 50-year warranty and an unheard of 25-year labor guarantee. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a competitive estimate right over the phone. Buy now and pay nothing till 2022 with approved credit. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
It's not too early to start planning for spring at Family Leisure. New pools are starting at $19.99, spas starting at $21.99, and swim spas now only $99.99. 5-piece patio furniture starts at only $799. Pool chemicals, toys, accessories, and more up to 20% off. Mention this ad, you'll get free delivery and 1 month of chemicals with your spa purchase. Start your spring planning now at Family Leisure, Witten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Everyone agrees that February is the most romantic month. Not just because of Valentine's Day, but because it's so cold, this is the month when we really have to share that body heat. And if you want romance, you simply can't beat 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. Take your significant other out for the dinner of their life at 117 Prime, and romance will definitely be in the air. A great wine list, a huge selection of bourbons, perfect steaks, and of course, the best oyster bar in downtown Memphis. Take the one you love to 117 Prime, and you'll definitely be sharing body heat later.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 Traffic.
Tina Tires with your traffic on Sports 56. We've got crashes 40 westbound at Jackson, 240 northbound at Chelsea, Union at Cleveland, Tullahoma at Rains. That one's got an overturned car. Sam Cooper at East Parkway and 385 westbound at Kirby. And we'll have everything traffic again as it breaks on Sports 56 with me, Tina Tires.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy White Station. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
There was peace,
Yeah. Kenny and Dolly, baby. You know Kenny and Dolly? You know Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton? You know? What?
Yeah, I'm aware of both of those artists.
Thank you.
No problem.
Can't explain. This is Islands in the Stream, CJ.
Okay.
It's one of the classic country sort of soft rock. I think that works beautifully. I love it. Love that song. It's a great choice. Kenny's doing his thing. I wish he hadn't got so much plastic surgery, but it's just how it goes sometimes. Welcome back as we continue with the program. It is hour number 2, brought to you by friends at East Memphis Ace Hardware. I'm Peter. He is CJ. We're talking about Dylan Brooks, just flamethrower out there. I can't wait till we trade Iguodala so we can play him and show him what Memphis is all about. Woo! Cancer's in the locker room for 2 years. Let's talk about that. Why not? Let's get after it.
I'm really surprised that he didn't put names on that.
I mean, if I guess if I'd probably asked him enough, he probably would have.
No, I'm saying like volunteer. He was in a mood.
He was in a mood. He said he could have been a great player for us. He's not. He said he hadn't even set foot in Memphis, so it doesn't really matter. Him saying stuff about if they don't trade me, I'm not going to play the whole rest of the year. That doesn't matter to us.
No.
Dylan out here cutting promos. And so when we talk about cutting promos, that really brings it only one name and one name only. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. All 5. 5-star. Dustin, 5-star. How are you, sir?
Dustin?
Is Dustin turned up?
I am here, brother.
There he is.
Okay,
There he is.
I'm actually sitting in the dressing room in the makeup chair, getting my nose powdered before going live on ABC 24. And I'm hearing all this stuff about promos, man. I might just be the MC at the Grizzlies, but, man, I could tell you about some promos, brother.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
Woo! The only thing.
What does Dylan need? I mean, Dylan, I think, has got a future in this business, Dustin.
Oh, yeah. And he can shoot, so that's the thing. He can talk the trash and he can back it up.
That's a shoot, brother.
The only thing missing from this promo is, Andre, this is Memphis. Love it or leave it. But he hasn't even stepped foot here in Memphis. I'm like Dylan, man. Who cares what he's going to do? You know, let the business happen, man. Either play or go. You know what I mean?
Well, he was feeling it last night. I got that vibe. I got that wrestling vibe. You could tell he liked it. He's got that kind of Stone Cold Steve Austin sort of, attitude face kind of thing where he's just, the crowd can't help but love him even though he's doing stuff that you might think is bad guy stuff, but the crowd can't help it. Memphis crowd is going to love this guy. And Dustin, when you're out here talking about Dylan, the next time you do in arena hosting, crowd's going to erupt for this guy.
Yes. No, man. Dylan is a shooter. He's going to take his shots no matter if people like it or not. But man, he's been playing really, really good too. So I think we lost one game when Dylan scores 20 or more.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot, man, talk that trash and back it up. I love it, especially when he said, once you get traded to a team, I want to play against you, so we can show you what Memphis is all about. I love that, man. He's had a chip on his shoulder for the last couple of months, and I think it's a good thing.
Dustin, this I feel like completes the full face turn for Dylan. This promo right here. What are some of your favorite face turns?
Well, was he a heel though? Was he a heel at first and then he turned face? I didn't know he was a heel.
Kind of heelish. He had a heelish sort of. I don't know. He
wasn't all the way face.
Yeah.
Whatever he was, it wasn't this.
Yeah.
Right. I think, let's see, in the NBA as far as promos, one of my favorites, he didn't even have to say a single word, was when James Harden was asked that question. It's a gift now, to where he just looks
and rolls his eyes,
walks off. I love that. That said so much without even saying a single word,
Well, it's
and then Zebo's saying, "I'll whoop your ass." I love that, man.
Yep, that's
one of the most famous things in as far as promos in Memphis.
Is this anywhere near All Heart Grit Grind? This isn't that.
Man. Well, see, I think All Heart Grit Grind wasn't a lot of trash talking. It was just going out there and out hustling everybody and just grinding them to where.
No, Tony Allen definitely said that.
But he said it after the game. There was a game in Oklahoma City where they were undermanned, and they beat Durant and Westbrook, and that was 2011 or whatever. And he said that, but that was more. That wasn't a that wasn't an aggressive thing. It was just
I don't think he was talking trash. I think,
he wasn't talking trash.
He was just making a statement, and really that statement is what launched the whole grit grind thing. So the whole campaign and promotional everything was changed when Tony Allen cut that promo in the locker room. That was great.
But this is like the embrace of the new generation. Like it's like
Grizz next gen.
Grizz next gen. Like this is sort of like the back in the old heads. Like me. It's like you got the four horsemen. You got Flair. You got Anderson. You got Ole. You got Tully Blanchard. Guys like that. But then this is like the new. This is like when they try to incorporate the new guys into the mix, and let's bring them in. Let's put that little shine on them. And they tried to bring in Sid, and they tried to bring in Benoit. They tried to bring in these guys. That's what this is. This is like welcome to the grit and grind. Welcome to the real. Welcome to the grindhouse. This felt like his moment.
Right. Now, if you notice, Next Gen Grizz, if you look at the T-shirt, the letters are NXT.
Yeah.
So it all circles back to professional wrestling. And so we've got a great tag team. We've got a really good core of guys. I mean, they are really good. It looks like we're going to make the playoffs, knock on wood, somewhere. But regardless if we make the playoffs or not, the season ticket holders that I spoke to and the Grizzlies fans that I spoke to leading up to this season was, hey, man, we don't expect to win. We want to be really close. We want to be exciting, so that way we know we're taking that next step. But, man, they're far and away ahead of what we thought they would be, and John Morant is just a human highlight reel. I'm loving this team, and like you say, it all circles back to wrestling. Next Gen Grizz.
You're exactly right about that. Dustin Starr joining us. Mr. 5-Star, he and the lovely Maria will be hosting on local Memphis at 9 o'clock. So we were gonna have Dustin in here, but he's got stuff to do.
You guys got lucky. You guys got lucky. I was gonna hand out some body slams this morning in the studio.
I still want somebody to go through this table. This one is not. This one would hurt. This one would definitely hurt. It's not. This is gonna work. That would just hurt. You just land on it and would just break your back most likely.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you guys, you've been very busy. I've seen a lot of chat. Of course, you guys have been doing your thing on CW30 on Saturdays, right there lunchtime with the with the spectacular program. I've kind of grown to really enjoy the studio wrestling and the way that you guys have portrayed it. It's been a really interesting addition to the lineup. Kind of a little bit of new meets old, some throwback stuff, some new stuff. It's a nice combination. And you know what? That kind of brings us. You got some big stuff coming, don't you?
Yeah. So a lot of the wrestling that we actually have in the ring is syndicated from Hollywood, which is good and bad. So the good is that we get a lot of guys that have national television exposure. Scorpio Sky, MJF, Luchasaurus. I mean, the list goes on and on of guys that have been signed, by the NWA, Ring of Honor, and AEW, and even WWE. A couple of our broadcasters have been picked up. Kathy Campanelli is with NXT now, and so is Johnny Quasto. They both came from Championship Wrestling. But the other part of that is that we can't feature any of the local Memphis talent and such, or Memphis doesn't get to see those guys live and in living color until now, because our birthday is coming up on April 25th. We're going to have our first live television taping out at AutoZone Park, so one of the premier venues here in Memphis.
AutoZone Park?
Yeah, they're partnering up with us.
Baby.
Nice.
So in the concourse where we did wrestling night 2 seasons ago, it won't be actually in the ball field, but there's a VIP meet and greet hour at 12:30 where you can meet the legends of Memphis wrestling, and then basically all the wrestlers are going to be on the card. And then at 2 o'clock is bell time, and we're going to tape a 3-week television special for CW30. It's the Championship Wrestling Birthday Bash. Tickets went on sale Friday. So it's easy. Just go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. You'll see the whole list of the roster that we have, including, AEW's Peter Avalon, the librarian. Marco Stunt, who's from Olive Branch, Mississippi, grew up just like me, man, just being an undersized guy with a dream to become a professional wrestler and to make it. This guy might be 140 pounds. You guys have seen him. He's, 5 feet tall. But he was in the ring with Chris Jericho just 2 weeks ago, the world heavyweight champion. He's going to be performing at AutoZone Park, and that's a local rare like a rare local show that he's able to do because his schedule's so hectic. But yeah, man, we got it going on. A big TV taping, our first one, to where everybody here in Memphis can come and watch us live in action. And I will be in action.
Oh, in the ring?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who's going to be?
We cannot wait.
Who are you going to hand out the ass whipping to?
Oh, man. Yeah, I like how you say that. So back in September, we had the Red Carpet Rumble. And this jerk named Ray Rosas put his hands on my Maria. And you guys both know.
That's not a good idea.
Nobody puts their hands on my Maria. Nobody but me. And so he's going to pay the dear price because I'm going to beat him up right in front of all my friends in Memphis, Tennessee, just for doing that. I've been waiting on it.
You got to let Maria take him to Slap City, man.
Come on, man. You know it. It's our birthday bash. We promised somebody's going to Slap City.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it has to be. It would be inappropriate for it not to.
Mm-hmm.
What better gift? What better gift than smack? Slap City, baby.
Yeah.
Here we go. So now you guys, the setup is going to be pretty cool. Like you've told me a little bit about some of the things that you guys might be able to do here. I think as just going out to see it and being there, not only are you going to see the action, but I think the whole scene is going to be cool.
Oh yeah, man. Being in the heart of downtown Memphis, that's exactly what I wanted. Is to where when we shoot this, we feature downtown Memphis. We feature the like in Memphis. When you drive by FedEx Forum or drive by AutoZone Park, it's like, oh man, it is downtown Memphis. So we're going to be in the heart of downtown Memphis. We've partnered with the sports teams there and AutoZone Park, and they're really, really excited. They're really excited about doing this event. And this is basically a proof of concept. So any of the wrestling fans out there that love Memphis wrestling and used to grow up watching it, come out and support this event, because when it's successful, we're going to be able to tape a whole lot more television, and it's going to open up a whole lot more opportunities of things that we can do. For instance, Just My Memphis, you can see them on Facebook. They just launched their Black History Month with a big story on King Cobra, the first ever unified world champion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He beat Jerry the King Lawler on December 30th, 1989. He had a heck of a New Year's Eve party that year, too, by the way. But he pinned Jerry Lawler for the World Heavyweight Championship. And you don't hear that story quite as much as what I think that you should. So Just My Memphis and Be Free CBD, they're actually telling that story. So King Cobra will be there to meet all the new Memphis wrestling fans there. So we are mixing some old with new. Superstar Bill Dundee, Dave Brown, Coco Beware is brought to you by the Memphis Zoo. So I've partnered up the tag team, the Birdman with the Zoo.
The Birdman is brought to you by the Zoo?
It's perfect, right?
Is Frankie there? We got Frankie. Wait, where's Frankie?
I don't know. I think Frankie's an extra booking fee.
Frankie is such a diva. I knew that. Going on.
Hey, Star, some people hadn't been out to see a live wrestling event. Can you describe to them what the atmosphere and the ambiance is like? Because, being there is completely different than watching it on TV.
Totally different ball game. So if you're a fan of baseball or soccer that happens at AutoZone Park, or if you're a Grizzlies fan, man, you got to come out. Even if you're not necessarily a fan of professional wrestling, just being there and actually people watching and being a part of something that's live, because it's one take, baby. We don't say, hey, stop. All right, take two. No, this is live, man. What happens, and it's just a different experience being there live. It's a lot of excitement, a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to that. So, man, big shout out to AutoZone Park for partnering up with us. Tickets are available at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. It has the whole list of the roster, the pictures and everything of all the legends, and then all the new school guys that are going to be there, too. We even have guys from the NWA that are coming. The Cocky Canuck, D-Man Dan Parker, he's coming. And, of course, he's partnered up with Kooky Canuck, and I don't know what these guys have planned. But I hear there might be a Canadian national anthem or some flag waving or something. So, you know how that
Blame
goes.
Canada. Well, Dylan Brooks could get involved. If you want to heal, I mean, Dylan is Canadian, and he's, that'll be right. So when is that again? It's going to be what day?
April 25th.
It's Saturday, April 25th.
So the season's going to be
right.
Maybe the playoffs. It could be a playoff right in the midst of playoffs. So, we'll see how that goes. But Dylan might be available. So if you want to add extra little spice to it, I'm sure he would be happy to entertain the fans. That seems to be no problem for him.
I love that. Dilly Dilly. I love Dilly Dilly.
That's,
is that what we're calling him now?
We did last year.
That's what I'm calling him.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Dustin, the other thing that people need to know is, like, I hope people appreciate, like, you guys, this is like, when you see it live and when you see it up close, especially, the amount of athletic ability that you guys show, the training, the difficulty of what you do is spectacular. People, I hope you understand. I've always been beyond impressed with. I mean, I've been a fan forever, but like, even, you know, the more you learn and the more you talk and the more you learn about the craft of it, it's incredible what you guys go through, because you have to put your body through hell to get yourself ready to do this. Then you're taking bumps left and right. You're down, you're up, you're down, you're up. I want everyone at home to try falling down on your back 10, 15 times over the course of 5 minutes, and getting back up and running, and then falling again, and then getting back up and running, and falling again. Do all this while you're maintaining the flow of a match, while you're maintaining your intensity level, all of that stuff, and you get an idea of what these guys do. It is an art form that needs to be appreciated, and when you see it in person, you can appreciate it. It's really special.
Well, I definitely appreciate you for saying that, because you're absolutely right. It is a very, very tough and rugged business. But then also navigating the behind-the-scenes politics and the backstabbing and all that kind of stuff. And I don't ever get into any of the drama, man. If you don't have haters, then you're not doing something right. And let me just tell you guys right now, we've got a whole bunch of haters that are in the business that want to be in a situation that we're in. And so we're just trying to make the most of it. And people have been talking about having television taped here in Memphis and having Memphis wrestling back and all that good stuff. And this is it, man. It doesn't get any bigger than AutoZone Park, our big birthday bash. And we're going to film this. It's going to be a special that's going to air on CW30 on Saturdays at noon. I would imagine it would probably air in May or June, but April 25th is the date. So at 12:30, you'll come in. There will be a VIP lounge where you'll get to hang out with the wrestlers and the legends, get autographs, take selfies, all that good stuff. And then at 2 p.m. is bell time. So from about 2 to 4:30, we're going to have some action-packed wrestling. And you're talking about those bumps. Some of these guys coming, man, they're big dudes. It's not like some of the local wrestling that you see from time to time around town. These guys are big. Like Watts, he was from Tough Enough, from WWE back in the day. And he's grown up, brother. He's grown up. He's a big dude. He's our resident monster and our heritage champion. So imagine this guy. First of all, imagine trying to knock him down. The size of these guys, you're going to be very impressed by them. Another guy that we have coming from Lucha Underground, now this is breaking, I haven't even mentioned this anywhere, is Mil Mertes.
Oh!
Peter, have you watched
Lucha Underground? Oh, yeah. Lucha Underground is awesome. Super fun. Super fun. Love their presentation, too. Their presentation is awesome.
He's going to murder somebody at AutoZone Park. I can promise you that. If you don't know who Mil Mertes is, then you need to Google him right now. He's a beast.
Ooh, that's a big get. Star, good job. Yeah. That's nice work there.
He's a super luchador.
Man, please go check him out. Go check out. It's April 25th. Where do they get the tickets?
ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. You'll see there's VIP tickets, adult tickets, and we even have a special kids price. So kids only $5. Kids 12 and under get in $5.
Can we get a booking with me and CJ? I can take
booking to do what?
You know,
to do what?
I'm glad.
Oh, for
I'm glad you brought that up.
you know.
No, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I got a couple moves for you, my friend.
Oh yeah, no.
So who would win? Who would win, Peter or CJ, one-on-one, right there in that very ring?
Oh, wait a second.
You know.
You're way too excited about this.
Wait a second. Okay.
I don't know why you're excited to lose. I don't get it.
Excited.
I don't mean to stir the pot, but
you stirred it, Star.
Peter's told me quite a few times he thought he could take you.
Yeah, well, Peter's old delusional.
What are you talking about?
You do not want these
I cannot
hands.
wait for you to be traded so I can face you.
See
Ring the bell.
That's
do
right.
You see them? These hands are not just for love making, good sir.
Oh my gosh!
You see these hands? You're not going to in the ring because they're so fast. Wham! Off your face. Boom. What?
Get these hands.
Get out of here.
We'll get every bit of it. Star, we're going. Star's going to train me too. He's going to show me a couple of moves.
That's not fair.
That's fine.
Don't get to get trained.
Watch out. I know that CJ knows what the stink face is. He might try to put that one.
Stink face?
Are you going to wear that?
Yes, I am. Stink face.
Oh, God.
Followed by Bronco Buster. Yep, those are my finishing moves right there.
From the front and from the back. That's
catch
rough.
Front, back, side to side. You're going to catch it all, boy.
Ooh.
and Maria has taken both of those maneuvers.
Bless her heart.
Oh, bless her heart. Jeez.
Don't tell her I said that.
God. Ugh. Whew.
Right.
You know, those are only to be used behind closed doors in certain situations.
I was in the doghouse for allowing those to happen. Let me tell you.
As well, you should be.
Properly so. That's correct.
Right.
As you should have been. Dustin, 5-star. He's about to go on your TV screens here in just a few minutes with his lovely Maria. He's going to be at AutoZone Park April 25th, and we'll talk again soon. Buddy, enjoyed it. Thanks so much for jumping on with us.
Thanks, Star.
Hey, thank you guys. Thanks for supporting wrestling and always showing the love, man. Shout out to you guys.
Appreciate it, bud. All right, he is Dustin Starr. Love talking to Star. Great. That's going to be a fun event, man. I can't wait. You know I love the professional wrestling. I'm a big fan. Love it. Appreciate what those guys do. It is an art form in and of itself. It's a unique art form that people, I think once you see it, if you only watch it on TV, the appreciation in person of how it all comes together is spectacular. The way it all works is really, really cool. So I would encourage you, please check it out again, championshipwrestlingmemphis.com to get those tickets. When we come back, we will get back into the discussions about what happens from here. I've told you about some ideas of what might happen with Andre Iguodala. We'll discuss that. We'll talk a little bit about the Tigers as well, including an interesting comment from Penny Hardaway yesterday at his radio program. So we'll do all of that when we return here from the Family Leisure Studio, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know: Benswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 125 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Benswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Benswanger Glass in Midtown, located at 340 South Hollywood, across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit their website, benswangerglass.com. Benswanger Glass.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything, a tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels and gold and silver and more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, diamonds, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts in wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis, local and family-owned. Whatever your dream, make it come true at James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Pop Wigington has been in the restaurant business since the 70s and has now brought 3 generations of family favorites together under one roof at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pop's takes you back to a simpler time when food and life was more wholesome. Settle down today for lunch or dinner at Pop's with daily specials like country fried steak, fried catfish, chicken and dumplings, or Pop's famous fried chicken livers, all served up with your choice of 23 fresh vegetables like field peas and snaps, seasoned green beans, sweet corn and turnip greens. Hungry for a sandwich? Check out the Chuck, a hand-patted cheeseburger between 2 grilled cheese buns topped with lettuce, tomato, diced onion, pickles, fried egg, and bacon. Or a half-pound flat iron steak sandwich served on Texas toast. Don't forget one of Grandma's homemade desserts like chess pie or banana pudding. Take comfort today at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pop's Comfort Kitchen.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Sports 56 traffic.
Tina Tires with your traffic on Sports 56. We've got crashes, Riverdale at Winchester, Germantown Road at Neshoba, Walnut Grove at White Station, 40 westbound at Jackson, 240 northbound at Chelsea, and Union at Cleveland. And we'll have everything traffic again as it breaks on Sports 56 with me, Tina Tires.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hertz. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy White Station. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Rocket man, burning out his fuse out every dawn. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man that think I am at home. Oh, no,
Yeah. You know who this is?
I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse out every dawn.
You know who that is? Do you know who that is?
Absolutely.
Who is it?
Huh?
Who?
What?
Is it?
What?
Who?
Everybody knows who that is, Peter. Don't play with me.
Okay. Then it really should be a simple thing for you to say it, and then we can just sort of move on.
Yes.
Once you say it,
Okay.
everyone
I don't
knows.
want to disrespect the people by telling them who that is because they already know it's
I feel like it's more disrespectful. That's good.
Got him!
I like that. That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Of course, I know Rocket Man by Elton John. By of course, I mean
Listen,
I heard it for the
listen.
first time in like 2015.
Listen, I don't know what you know or what you don't. I don't have a clue.
Just assume I don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I don't.
Just assume I don't know. That'll get you about a C grade there. 74% of the time, I simply don't know.
It's higher than that, I would have thought, but
Come on, man. You don't have to take that shot.
Hey, I told we're
don't have
getting
to
geared
do
up.
that.
We're getting geared up for the fight, man.
Oh, are we?
We're getting geared up, man. Come on,
Okay.
let's get it. This is how it works. This is where we at.
I got to get in shape.
Yeah, no, that's my problem. Actually, you know. Whoo! Anyway, so
If I fall down twice, I'm not getting back up.
It's
pin me. I'm done.
So, in any event,
Knock down twice, stand up one time.
I mean, I've got some moves.
Okay,
I got some moves. I practiced. One of the great things about having
See,
kids,
I don't have any kids to practice.
I can practice
But it's not fair.
moves all the time. I've done a variety of suplexes onto the bed and couch with these kids. I mean, I got all of them. You name it, I've got all the suplexes. So we're good. We're good to go.
And the kids that I am around in the family, the extended family, none of them play that way. It's not a rough house type of situation. So I can't just be picking up and body slamming them. Otherwise, they cry to their parents, and then their parents get mad and, like, turn the balls loose on me. So you got unfair advantages. And you're going to be trained by Dustin?
Yep.
Like, no, we can't have that. Somebody want to train me? Understand what you're getting. Your boy had like 3 chili cheese dogs and a chili cheese fry last night for dinner. Like, understand what type of shape I'm in. It is rather round. All right?
Round is a shape.
It's definitely round. Ain't no corners, man. Just a big blob. Understand that's what you're getting when you're training me for this big match, April 25th.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Go out there and jog 100 yards. See if I can make that. I'm telling you, man, it's hard.
All right. Well, we've got another fight on our hands, sort of. A little tension. Andre Iguodala, the Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks simmering over. You got John Morant liking tweets that say, F Iguodala and all this, and you got it is the most Memphis that Dylan Brooks has ever been, ever. And now this thing's got to get resolved.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get resolved one way or the other by the trade deadline because either he's going to be traded or he's not. I'm here to tell you he's going to be traded.
Okay.
So that's going to happen. Just a matter of when and how much. So
All right.
you figure all that stuff out and you're good to go. He's going to be traded. It's going to happen. So now what would those trades potentially look like? Well, now that's the interesting question. Before I even get into those potential trade situations, I ask you this. What would you like? What you got to take his contract into account. But what would you think is an appropriate return for a guy like that?
For Andre Iguodala? Because you're sending them to a championship team, that drives the price up. A first rounder?
What kind of first rounder?
The one in the first round.
I mean, do you want a lottery pick? Do you want what kind of first round are you looking at? What do you want?
Lottery pick would be great, but in the first round.
Let me just go ahead and tell you, you're not getting a lottery pick, so you can forget about that. But okay, I'm just out of curiosity.
Like 20 top. I mean, not top 20, but 20 range.
I think
17 to 25.
I would say that the likelihood that you get a pick of that amount is low.
Okay.
But I wouldn't. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not likely. I know that I just saw while we were talking to Dustin Starr, Sham Sharani of The Athletic reporting that Miami is in the mix now for Iguodala. The teams that are most likely to trade Andre Iguodala are the most likely to want to get Andre Iguodala in a trade are the ones that have championship aspirations. We've talked about this before. There's a certain type of team that fits the Iguodala profile. Mm-hmm. This team would have to have championship aspirations or at least a deep playoff aspiration. This team would have to need to be upgraded at the wing type position or feel that their current options were inadequate there. This team would have to have some kind of a contractual ability to send something back because Iguodala was making $17 million. The Grizzlies have to take back around 12 at least to kind of make that thing work. So they'd have to and the Grizzlies don't want to make a bunch of cuts to their roster, so it's not like you could pair. I see a lot of trades on the trade machine, people throwing out like, oh, you can get 3 or 4 guys for one, like Iguodala for XYZ. Well, the Grizzlies don't want to cut a bunch of dudes, so they're not that trade won't work. You might get away with cutting, like I don't know, a Josh Jackson or something if they really felt like they had to open a spot because something was just amazing, or some other type of situation, but like they're not just going to make that cut. They don't want to do that. They're not going to. Young players, that's a possibility too. But again, these teams that you're talking about are probably not filled with a bunch of young players that they'd be willing to trade. Mm-hmm. So the team that makes the most sense to me would be right out of the gate the Clippers, because they have a late first round pick that they probably would be willing to give up. Maybe not. Maybe they might think Iguodala was not enough. He's 35. He's not part of he's very much a rental for these teams. He's going to be a free agent. The thought is he's going to go back to Golden State. So you're only renting him for 2 months or 3 months or whatever. Is that worth a first round pick? Some teams would say, I don't care what it is. I'm not giving a first round pick for a rental of that. And some people, you can look last year at the Raptors, who upgraded even though they had a really good team and they helped them win a championship. So we'll see. But the Clippers would have to send Mo Harkless. He's got an $11 million expiring, and another young player. Mo's not that young, but another player and a young player would fit. Jerome Robinson, he was 13th pick a couple years ago. Mfiondu Kabengele out of Florida State. He was their first-round pick last year. Mm-hmm. Does that do anything for you?
Yep. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's make it work.
So Harkless and like Robinson or Kabengele and a first? Okay.
You can do so much with it, and those guys would fit into the window that you have open now. Like I didn't realize the window would be open now, but the window was open now, so you could be legitimately thinking, hey, where could we position ourselves next year? What seed could we get? Not, hey, can we maybe push for an 8 seed, maybe sneak in, creep in? No, it is how high up can we get with the right pieces if we get them paired together now and let them start playing meaningful basketball games?
I mean, that's the thing. So you that would be one option I think that's reasonable. If the Lakers who really want Iguodala, it's very difficult for them to trade for him because their contracts don't really work. They're not compatible. They have a lot of younger, or they have a lot of smaller contracts, too small to really aggregate, or too big. And guys that LeBron, like you're not trading him, Anthony Davis, obviously. So it's sort of in between. There's not a lot in between. The guys that are in between have no trade clauses. We mentioned, so there's no way that JaVale McGee or KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, are going to give up their no trade clause to go to Memphis for that when they are sitting on the Lakers and have a chance to win a championship. Not going to do that. Even if the Lakers would include them, which they may not. So this is where Kuzma comes in, but Kuzma's only making like $2 million. Like he's not making a bunch of money, so it's hard to mix him into an Iguodala trade. You'd have to do a lot more. That's why if the Lakers make a deal in the next day or so where they aggregate some salaries to get a bigger salary from another team, one bigger salary, then use that that's something that they could do, but they have to set the tone for that. Or it'd have to be a 3-team deal or something like that, which is, it gets a little complicated. But they are definitely a team that makes sense. I mean, they would see him as an upgrade. They could use him. The Bucks would see him as an upgrade. It's hard for me to envision a Bucks deal that makes sense, but they would certainly make sense. The Raptors could make sense if they're willing to include Norm Powell. Norm Powell hurt his hand, so he's out for a bit. But he's promised he's got $10 million owed to him for each of the next 2 years. Grizzlies may not like that because they're trying to open up free cap space for next summer. So but if the Raptors were willing to do something like that, that'd be probably the highest quality player. And Powell's 26, so young enough to where he's still got years left to do his thing. That could be a potential upgrade for you. Some of the other teams that might be like the Sixers after getting pounded last night in Miami, and they got absolutely smoked. Iguodala, that's where he started. It would be kind of an interesting thing to see him go back there. They could certainly use the help. They are a mess defensively, especially on the road. They're terrible. It's hard to envision the pieces making that work with what they have to trade and what I would suspect they'd be willing to trade. I'll put it that way.
A lot of these trades that you mentioned, I'm thinking about them. They would all have to involve another team in some way. And that, I think, is what is making this whole situation all the more complicated, because the teams who are really good, who would want Andre Iguodala to get them over that final hurdle, that final hump, they spent so much in this offseason getting to this point, be it the Clippers and everything they gave up, or the Rockets and everything they gave up, and the money that the 76ers spent as well in this offseason. And the Bucks had to let, what's my man's name now in Indiana?
They didn't have to. They chose.
What's his name though?
Malcolm Brogdon.
Mm-hmm. Let Brogdon go. For I felt like cap reasons, trying to stay underneath the cap. So all of these teams, the really good ones, are going to have to find their way, like you said, to get the salaries to add up, and that will require a third team.
I mean, the Bucks do have
take on that.
They have Indiana's first round pick this year because of that sign and trade that they did to that Brogdon ends up going to Indiana. They could have kept Brogdon though if they had just chosen to pay some tax. They just didn't want to pay tax. These dudes that are really, really rich, but this is your opportunity. And now if Giannis leaves next off season, everyone's kind of pirouetting towards next off season. If Giannis leaves, if you don't win, and he says, "Well, why'd you leave?" So, well, you could have kept Brogdon. You didn't want to pay him. You don't have a lot of defense for that. I mean, y'all don't want to pay tax. And I get it. You'd rather not pay tax. I understand. I'd rather not pay tax. I think most people would rather not pay money for stuff. But if you want to, if you want to get quality, and if you want to win championships, odds are you're going to end up paying the tax. Mm-hmm. That's just. And the Grizzlies have to understand this too. Like as they get closer and closer to championship down the line, several years, if this continues to grow and move in the right direction, it's the same thing for them. They're going to have to pay the tax too. So you have to. It's just one of those things. It's very hard to get to that point and not pay. Whether Milwaukee would be willing to give up that Indiana pick, that'd be a nice. Maybe might be the best pick possible. that remains to be seen. I just think at the end of the day, because of all the reasons I've talked about, not because of Iguodala's power play or whatever, but just because it makes the most sense, he's going to be traded. I mean, like they're just not going to go through all this stuff without him being traded. And I love the fact that the Grizzlies have come together, especially the young Grizzlies together, and a lot of them are using the hashtag, the Grizz Next Gen hashtag. They're adopting that themselves and coming together as a group. Maybe even with, this is maybe not a group that Jay Crowder and Solomon Hill are a part of, because they're more the vets. Mm-hmm. That young core, it's just interesting how this has been the thing that has unified them. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is the thing that, Andre Iguodala has done more for team chemistry by not showing up than he ever could by being in the locker room.
Yeah, this is one of those bulletin board material type situations, one of those we have a common enemy. We need to prove naysayers, specifically this one right here, that naysayers are out there, and naysayers are sort of these figureless, faceless beings. But when you can put a face on it, when you can put a body on it, then it becomes, okay, now that is the guy. We need to prove him wrong. We need to show him and the rest of the NBA that we are legit and that we are for real. And you're right, it has this is already before Andre went on the jump, because I forgot Andre Iguodala was on the team before he went on the jump, or until he went on the jump. A locker room that was already close, just walking in there and talking to him and watching the way that, DeAnthony Melton will interact with Tyus Jones, will interact with Dylan, will interact with Jaren and Jaha and Jonas. Like they already seem to be close, and this has made them closer. They have really circled the wagons on this and are all about that smoke, so to speak.
This is all that smoke. There's no question. This is the real deal, man. This is like when you watch a team in real time kind of taking a step together. Mm-hmm. And it is interesting how Iguodala's done it even by not doing it, even by just kind of staying away. Like, he has served as that focal point for them to rally around. That's whatever it takes, man. Sometimes those moments are what bring you together as a team. And you can't help but contrast the style with that of Jay Crowder. I was looking, like, when talking to Jay Crowder last night, one of the things I noticed is that he's got his shoes, like the shower shoes, the those sandals, he's got like special shower shoes that have pictures of that win over Brooklyn, and it's got 10-27-19 on it, and it's got like pictures of him making that game-winning shot and all the celebration. Like, he's had those made. He's the only one that has those. Like, clearly that meant a lot to him. Mm-hmm. Even as a veteran, guy's played, gotten, deep in playoffs and all that stuff. He's still, so contrast that like approach to Iguodala, who won't even like deign to actually show up in Memphis, or was never going to set foot in Memphis. As Dylan Brooks, told me last night, he said, look, he hadn't set foot in Memphis, so we don't care. It doesn't matter. Right. That's I think that just categorical has annoyed those players. Mm-hmm. It's insulted them. So, it is what it is. Like, that's they're using it, and it's worked in its own way beautifully.
Wonderfully. Ron on the Facebooks doesn't want to pick. He wants a good young player to complement what we already have. We have a good young core. We need to build around them. Thank you, Ron on the Facebook.
Well, Ron on the Facebook, I think that's a possibility. I don't know if you're going to get a pick and a young player. I think the Grizzlies probably would want that, but that's out there. Of course, also Jay Crowder, as good a veteran as he has been, is definitely an asset for teams. And if the Grizzlies get the right situation for him, he certainly could be on the move as well. And I think would be. So that obviously is going to depend on the return. But if you get a first-round pick for Jay Crowder, he's probably gone. Mm-hmm. Even given all this, because I think you saw last night, and we've seen when Jay Crowder hasn't played, Grizzlies, I think, are 6-0 when Kyle Anderson starts. Mm-hmm. Instead of Jay Crowder. This young core has come together on their own, and Jay has been important in helping. He's been a good locker room presence, but on the court he hasn't been all that great. So,
you don't think that Udonis Haslem him?
I mean, maybe. I think there's a lot of ways you could go. There's a lot of ways you could go. They could bring him back. I mean, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
They could make him a, kind of the designated veteran, the father figure sort of guy in there, the mature, and go ahead and sign him even though they're very young. Absolutely. But I don't know. I mean, he was in talking to him, it seemed to me that he was, I'm not going to say I think he was mentally ready to be moved potentially. I think I think, and a guy that's been traded, as he's been, he started with Dallas, he's in Boston against Utah. He's been, so he has a different perspective than a lot of these other guys. He's like, yep, this can happen. It's okay. I think he's kind of mentally prepared himself for that, no matter what. Whether it will or not, I think, that remains to be seen what the market looks like for him. When we come back, we'll look more at your text. Got some good text coming in at 67129. We've got lots more to get to, including a little Tiger Hoops too, as we continue here on a really hot-blooded, flame-throwing, shot-taken Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
The Vargas family, legendary Memphis restaurateur, starting with Mr. Charlie and continuing today with his grandchildren.
Brett, it just dawned on me the other day that while Memphis is celebrating its bicentennial, the Rendezvous has been here well over one-third of Memphis's existence. Someone asked me if we remember the day the Rendezvous started, and I tell them no, because if we thought it was going to last this long, we'd have kept much better records. But we're not a place to rest on our laurels or reputation. We're always trying to add new things to make our customers' experience more enjoyable. Friday lunches have always been special because we give away our red beans and rice. But we are now adding a sausage sandwich. It's the same sausage we serve on our cheese and sausage plate, but it will be served lengthwise on the bun with beans and slaw on the side. We've also partnered with a company called Devillet out of Dyersburg to introduce a new sweet glazed mustard with Rendezvous seasoning in it. It'll really go great with a sandwich. I still recommend adding slaw. My grandfather had a hot dog stand on Beale Street in 1916, and we've come full circle using his slaw on our hot dogs. Hope to see you this Friday at the Rendezvous.
In the alley in downtown Memphis.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/search. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/search. That's ZipRecruiter.com/search. ZipRecruiter.com/search.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
I'm a big fan of Town Village, and there is always something to do year-round. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, daily check-in, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also keep up to date with everything going on by keeping up with Sports 56 on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch for information on breaking news, chances to win prizes, and video of all the shows. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 on social media. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy White Station. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Going out on the town, doing anything just to get you off of my mind. But when the morning comes, I'm right back where I started again. And trying to forget you is just a waste of time.
Baby, come back. This is not what they're saying to Dylan Brooks. I mean, Andre Iguodala right now. Baby, come back, please.
Golden State.
No one's saying that. Golden State might be. That's right.
Andre, come back. We shouldn't have traded you for D'Angelo.
Did you see what Curry put on his Instagram?
Yeah. So
they get out of the picture with the shh.
I mean, it's great though. It's great. What if these young, feisty Grizzlies have picked a fight with the Warriors, and now you got to scrap? What a
exciting.
Andre joins the Warriors next year, and you got a full strength Warriors team. And then this young team that everyone, no one believes in them, and they go out there and they beat the Warriors, and or they just, get their ass kicked by the Warriors. Hopefully, it could happen either way. We'll never, who knows? Either way, you're making a name for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving yourself a personality.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving yourself a something to sell. I mean, the front office, they I don't know if they're loving this, but the business side has got to be like,
business side,
woo, we're feeling it, baby. Gers Nick's Gin is getting it.
Gersnick's
Gin is getting it.
Yes.
We don't need vowels.
No.
Where we come from. My man Jonathan on the Twitter says, I think Solo is destined to be the vet minimum Papa Bear. Solo's he is very Papa Bear-esque. He's a old soul.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon is only 28. Is that right?
Is he? Yeah, he's 28. Which is crazy because I want to call him sir every time I talk to him.
He is an old soul, man. I mean, he comes across. He's 28 going on 50. He's like your the old uncle that gives you some good advice and been through some stuff.
Tell you how it was back in the day.
Been through some
back
things.
in his day.
Seen some stuff.
Yeah.
He's seen a few things. He's been through it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's willing to sit down and all right, young fella, let's.
Young buck, come here.
Get over here. Let's talk about this for a second. I saw what you're doing over there. I'm gonna show you something. That he could absolutely be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
As to whether or not they want to use that roster spot, I don't know. But he is really appreciated in that locker room.
Yeah, everybody
in a
in that
way
locker
that
room
Jay is too. But
yeah.
but Solo's more of a, he's definitely a man of the world. He's got his priorities in line.
They have a special sort of chemistry right now in that locker room. And this is why when Dylan Brooks pops off at the mouth, everybody comes and backs him. Like, nope, I'm going to retweet this. I'm going to like this. I'm going to make sure everybody knows that we rock with the homie Dylan.
Yeah,
that locker room is close.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No question about it. And those guys have all. And it shows you again. The front office has done a nice job of kind of when everybody's pulling in the same direction, it helps. And, and this is kind of highlighting, sort of in the same way that John Morant has highlighted how we haven't really had a superstar in Memphis as much as we've had lots of really good stars, really good players and all this stuff. Like, we haven't had a superstar. And you can see that now that you have a guy that is on, the pathway to being that. In the same way, you can see that this locker room coming together and being unified is something we haven't had either. It hasn't been in Memphis. Like, the locker room's it's not that it's been a bad locker room.
Yeah.
It's just not been it's been sort of, they've had some differences of opinion, differences of age, differences of you've had some young players and some old players, but not so much in between. They didn't have that same vibe. They weren't vibing in the same sort of way. So I think you can see it now.
Yeah,
you couldn't see it before. Now you can see it. So it's been a very illustrative few months, to say the least. When we return, we will recap those comments. We'll get into some comments that Penny Hardaway made as well. We'll talk a little college hoops, a little NFL too. Hour number 3 on the way. Stick around. From the Family Leisure Studios, this is Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ on kind of a rainy, sort of overcast, fire throw it Tuesday morning. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
I'm Brian Elder. It's been a particularly rainy season, and that stain on your ceiling isn't getting any smaller, exposing your family to the possibility of mold. Let me come take a look. 867-0303. Our technicians are Owens Corning Platinum Preferred, so don't let someone tell you that it has to be replaced if all you need is a repair to get several more years of life. 867-0303. Have me on your speed dial for when life's little catastrophes come up. 867-0303. Upgrade your roof to a beautiful Owens Corning Duration Architectural Shingle with a 50-year warranty and an unheard of 25-year labor guarantee. I'll measure your roof from outer space and give you a competitive estimate right over the phone. Buy now and pay nothing till 2022 with approved credit. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a 3-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Pop Wigington has been in the restaurant business since the 70s and has now brought 3 generations of family favorites together under one roof at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pop's takes you back to a simpler time when food and life was more wholesome. Settle down today for lunch or dinner at Pop's with daily specials like country fried steak, fried catfish, chicken and dumplings, or Pop's famous fried chicken livers, all served up with your choice of 23 fresh vegetables like field peas and snaps, seasoned green beans, sweet corn and turnip greens. Hungry for a sandwich? Check out the Chuck, a hand-patted cheeseburger between 2 grilled cheese buns topped with lettuce, tomato, diced onion, pickles, fried egg, and bacon. Or a half-pound flat iron steak sandwich served on Texas toast. Don't forget one of Grandma's homemade desserts like chess pie or banana pudding. Take comfort today at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pop's Comfort Kitchen.
Play it loud.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Your faces you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story
I mean, it's a flamethrower Tuesday, but it's also a Soft Rock Tuesday. Soft Rock Tuesday waits for no man.
Or woman.
They may wait for a woman.
Okay.
It's very polite. So if a woman is going first, chivalry is still alive with Soft Rock Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
This is get you right here. Blue-eyed soul.
Nah. I listen to some Dali daily. What's my man's name, Zach?
Dale.
I listened to some Dale coming into work this morning and thought about it. Just my gosh. This man here.
Yep.
Been through some things in his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's his backstory, by the way?
I don't know. He just emerged during Blue-Eyed Soul to me.
Dale. Better than Wale.
Whoa.
Yep.
Come
That's
on,
right.
man.
I said it.
Calm down.
I'm in the Dylan Brooks frame of mind. I'm just saying stuff. Just saying things. Just out here saying stuff. Why not? Let's go. Let's get it. Welcome back. Hour number 3, brought to you by friends at Acura of Memphis. I'm Peter. He's CJ. This is Sports 56 Mornings on a Tuesday morning. And what a Tuesday morning it has been. We've talked a lot about the wildness last night at the Forum. Trade deadline about 48 hours away. Technically, it's actually 48 plus 5, so it is 53 hours away. Set your timers.
Gotcha.
Because in 53 hours or less, Andre Iguodala will be traded. There'll probably be 1 or 2 other trades to speak of, and this whole thing will be taken care of. But what a performance last night off the court. On the court, it was terrible. Bad game. Other than for the bigs, Jonas and Andre Drummond going crazy in a throwback night. They weren't just wearing throwback uniforms. They were throwing back the game itself. 96-82. Throwback. Garbage game. Didn't matter. Because afterwards, woo! Look at you. You got the
I got it going.
Technically, it should be 52, like 54. I mean, but, it's close.
You didn't say that.
I didn't think you were actually going to do it, so now I'm just going to have to deal with it like that. The Grizzlies, though, got the win. And they've gotten to the point now where they can really just mess around with some of these games. I mean, Pistons were a little bit shorthanded. They're dealing with the injuries. Also, Luke Kennard, who was out with an injury, is now mentioned in trade talks with Phoenix, according to Woj, who is a very busy man over the next few days. Also, Shams Charania reporting that Miami may be in the mix for Andre Iguodala now. And there's a deal there to be made. If the Grizzlies were to, you could come off if they were to bring James Johnson back and a young player, depending on how they value that. There's something to be done with Miami.
Bring my boy Duncan in. Let's get it.
I thought it was interesting too, as we talked about the Grizzlies. We talked, and listen. Last night, the Sixers may have pushed themselves into freak out mode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's. I don't know. I've never been in a front office at this time of year, so I have no idea what happens. But I have to think that if you are Miami, you're loving it, and if you're Philly, you are freaking out. That it's Philly gave up 137 to Miami, 137-106 on the road. Philly is awful on the road, and Jimmy Butler punked them out. 38 points, 23 in the first half, 14 of 20 from the field. Have been shooting 9% from 3 in his previous 15 games, but he was 2 of 2 last night. Just Jimmy, Jimmy is a message sender.
Yes.
Jimmy's got Dylan Brooks itis. He's got
he's a tone setter to say the least.
To say the least, and he set a tone.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question he set a tone. If you're the Sixers now, they've already had some issues. I mean, Embiid's been he had 29 and 12, but he was terrible defensively, and that's the whole point of Embiid is to be a defensive stopper. He wasn't anywhere near that. Al Horford has been a very weird fit with this team. Again, Ben Simmons, another awful defensive performance from a guy that's supposed to be an all-league defender. If you're the Sixers, do you hit the panic button? Do you freak out here? Because they're sitting in 6th right now. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs, but they look a million miles away from being able to compete at the top end of the East, and that's kind of their whole thing.
Yeah, you absolutely have to begin to freak out. Like you have enough data, enough information going into February. We're not too far away from the All-Star break, which is not the midway point of the season. It's almost like 2/3 through the season. Like, we know what you are. And this team right here, you brought it up, they struggle mightily on the road. And if you're a 6 seed, guess what? You're going to be playing 4 games in these 7-game series on the road. Mm-hmm. Can you get one of those? Probably not. Not the way you're playing.
Doesn't seem
absolutely like time to panic. And then I understand why they went out in the offseason and grabbed Al Horford. Like, it made sense. You want to get more size. You want to get bigger. You want to get somebody like the Toronto Raptors had in Marc Gasol who could slow Giannis down. You just throw big body after big body after big body at Giannis, hoping to slow them down and make the Bucks go somewhere else. But, you're not going to get to that matchup. You're not going to get to that point if you keep playing this way. It's absolutely time to panic.
Well, that's the thing.
Do they just not have enough shooting? I don't know what it is with them.
It's a weird mix. The team is a weird mix. I mean, they should have. They definitely are missing J.J. Redick. I mean, there's no question. McConnell as well, who kind of gave him a little, kind of eased him up a little bit off the bench. Mike Scott has just been like he's just all over the place defensively. And it's a team that should be good. When you have Simmons and Embiid, Al Horford, I mean, those are all good
defensively. You should be able to lock people down.
They're starting Shake Milton. That's not ideal, but again, that's you should still be enough. Matisse Thybulle is supposed to be a lockdown defender even as a rookie. It's not happening. The bench is not good enough, and you're seeing that. The Heat. I give the Heat a lot of credit, man, and they have developed players.
Yes,
that is a thing that they do really well. San Antonio, Toronto, getting those reputations as organizations that are really good at developing players. Kendrick Nunn comes in as a older rookie. Duncan Robinson, again, undrafted dude who's just out here hitting shots left and right. Bam Adebayo has gone from really intriguing late lottery pick to all-star and fabulous defender, can defend all 5 positions, no problem.
And then you throw Jimmy Butler in on top of that.
He speaks for himself. Yeah. I mean, again, he had 38 and 7 last night in 29 minutes.
I want to make sure that we speak for him because I don't want them that smoke.
Derek Jones, well, that's true. Derek Jones Jr., again, another guy that Tyler Hero as a rookie. Again, these are guys that they've developed and they're really good at doing that. So I did not expect them to be anything close to this year.
No, another one of those pleasant surprises in the NBA.
Kudos to them, and they're looking to add Andre Iguodala, and it makes sense. I mean, he would fit in perfectly with that. They could also use an upgraded center on Myers Leonard. I don't know where that would necessarily come from, but they could probably use that. But other than that, I mean, they've been rock solid, and you have to take them very seriously going forward. Boston has been mentioned in the mix for Clint Capella. They win last night. Golden State beats Washington last night. Washington talked about as a potential buyer, which would be very strange at the deadline. Guess what? Minnesota lost again.
Peter, you
12
asked,
straight.
Zach is up here throwing up the praise hands. Like, yeah, blow it up. It's done.
I mean,
we know what's going on.
It's bad, man. It's bad.
Your boy is disrespected, though. According to him, according to Karl Anthony Towns, should be an all-star. The disrespect. Put some respect on Cat's name, man. Don't put a win on there.
Don't put a W.
Don't put a W, but put a respect. No W's, though.
I'm going to call him Karl Anthony Tons because you take that W right out. He doesn't get the
No, he doesn't deserve the
that.
W.
So I'm going to call him Tons now.
Minnesota, Timberwolves?
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves?
Get that L. Maybe Timberwolves is what they really should be. But no, Karl Anthony Tons is not. He's not. In fact, you got to hold me to this. I'm gonna call him Karl Anthony Tons until he wins a game.
Okay.
He's got to win at least one to get that W put back in his name.
Blow it up.
You know what the countdown is? Just so you know.
Okay.
T-minus. We're now at 68 days since Karl Anthony Tons won a game in the NBA. 68 days.
68 days.
68 days. He's doing his own process, his own personal process.
My gosh, he doesn't get Karl. You don't get a first-round pick, man. You personally don't get
he's well on his way. He's well on his way to winning a personal lottery. He's going to get all the ping pong balls.
Just the Golden State Warriors representative standing up there, and who else is back? And an Atlanta Hawks representative standing up there,
Wizards
and Karl Anthony Towns standing up there. It's like, wait,
Karl Anthony Tons.
Sorry, Karl Anthony Tons is standing up there. It's like, wait, are you with the Timberwolves? Like, no, I'm here representing myself. I need a lottery pick.
Just by myself.
I need one.
Just by myself. That's right.
I have the 6 best odds. Really, you would have what? The best odds. My man has 3 or 4 wins this season.
Oh my God! By the way, this thing just gets better and better. So yeah, Rachel Nichols of ESPN, The Jump, and all that. She posted the 2 things that Andre Iguodala is prepared to sit out the rest of the season. That the David Aldridge report, and then she posted John Morant's amplified comment to Mark Giannotto put the thing up, but everyone was scrambled to get that quote up. Everyone, I think Jeff Calkins, Mark, everyone's like, yeah, say because everyone's like, as soon as he says I got to get this out. This is amazing. So anyway, he put that up there. She put those things side to side and said, so things are getting spicy. Memphis. Then she says, and now Steph chiming in. She put the picture of Steph's Instagram with Iguodala holding the trophy and said, shh. God bless John Morant, who has responded this morning. As we've been talking.
Ja. There it is.
Yeah. John Morant with a shrug emoji and with a picture of Kevin Durant holding the Finals MVP trophy.
Yes. Let's do this. I did not know Golden State was going to be the rival of this Gers next gen.
I mean, this is...
But let's get it. When do they play?
Oh, my... This is amazing.
Steph's got to come back and play for that game.
Steph may come back for that one game only.
That one game.
One game only.
One game only. One game only.
I mean, this is next. This is next gen.
Yes.
This is your Gers next gen in full effect right here.
Wow. The Grizzlies, they do not play the Warriors this year because they only had 3 games.
Oh,
so they're already done. They don't have one left.
They're done.
Yeah, they're done. So they got to wait till next year.
Come on, man. We need this.
This is just
get Washington off the schedule. Put Golden State on there.
I mean, this is one of those where you have to have by request. This is some kind of a call out.
Dude.
Like
NBA game by request.
An 83rd game by request.
What you going to just straight up replace? You know what? April 1st against the New York Knicks, just wipe that out. Put the Warriors on that game.
I mean, we don't need well, no, don't take the Knicks off. They got the pushing at each other.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Oh, the Grizz got smoked with everybody. It's just...
They got March 28th, March 30th. They got 2 games against the Raptors on the 28th and on the 30th of March. Get rid of one of those. Get rid of the one going to Toronto. Let Mark come down here, feel a good story, and replace that one with Golden State.
I mean, this is the content level. This is just...
I mean, this is good stuff right here.
You can't make this up.
This is wonderful. Going after... Are we going to call that? That's a dynasty. That was a dynasty. Going after them, the way that Ja is, barely in his first year, go get it. I see you, young fella. Steph who? Golden State where? Come get this smoke, man. Come get it. That's your boy? Why'd you let your boy walk out? You know the name. You know the game. You know what the deal is.
You know who we are.
Ain't hard to find us. We have Federal Express Forum, baby. I love this so much. I can't wait. Where's Clay at? Can we get Clay involved?
Clay hurt right now.
I mean, his fingers are fine.
He can't move.
I know. He can tweak, can he? His thumbs? His leg is messed up, not his hand. He can definitely get Draymond involved also. Let's go. Serial cup checker, Draymond Green. Let's get it going. Let's make this thing real interesting. I should have taken my Tums this morning. All this spice floating around. I feel the indigestion right here in this area, right in the top of my chest. Ooh, I love this. I am here for it. No. 191 Bill Street, 38103. Go holla at them. You know where they at. What?
This is so, like, next level.
Yes.
I don't even know what to do. I did not expect that we would see the next Gers picking a fight with the champs.
Going after the old guard.
Like I just tweeted out, Josh trying to Kevin Love Steph on Twitter. Just trying to I'm going to jump all over you and just dunk on you. I'm dunking on everybody. Wow, this is something else, man. I mean, you gotta love the spunk. You gotta love the
absolutely
the fight.
And it's justified.
Not gonna be disrespected.
It's justified.
Not gonna be disrespected. No. You got what's Nature Boy Ric Flair say? To be the man, you got to beat the man. They trying.
Go get them. Here we go. This is fun. When we talked about how fun this season was going to be.
They got to play some more. They got to play.
They got to play who?
Anyone. Everyone. We got to play Harlem Globetrotters, Real Madrid, the Michigan State.
Why would you play
I don't
Michigan
know.
State?
Why wouldn't you? You're taking on everybody.
Okay.
Everybody.
What was that Ric Flair thing again, Zach?
But to be the man, you got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here.
Go get them. Between this and all the other teams that the Grizzlies have beat falling apart immediately after the game, be it the Clippers or the Suns or they hadn't played the 76ers yet. That's what they should play next because they seem like they're poised to break down. Whomever. This has been great.
It's great. It's going to be fantastic. Let's. I'm here for every bit of it. I want them picking fights with everybody. I want tweets. I want comments. I want them liking all these other tweets that are terrible. I want every bit of it. This is the way it's supposed to be. You know what is interesting too. This is how in this era of full on social media, everyone online constantly, everyone doing all this stuff. It is interesting that now these guys have a little more control over the narrative. You know, these guys within the locker room, they before the front office could kind of have a little bit of control over what they said or how they handled certain situations. They can't really. It's hard to control it on social media. It's hard to control it out here in these streets. It's hard to really keep a wrap on these guys, and how that changes what front offices can do, how that changes how you can manipulate situations like this. It's going to be very interesting to follow. This is kind of a test case for a new era of this sort of thing.
Yeah.
In the old days, this thing, you might have some comments coming from the locker room, and that would be that. Now you got a continued escalation of hostilities. I love it.
It's perfect. It is wonderful. This is why the NBA does this better than everybody else. Why in the off season and when we talk about the NBA, it's not just the on the court stuff. It's because these stars have personalities. And you gravitate towards some, you hate on the others, but the way you feel towards them, you feel it. Like you're all the way in now. Like, there's a side, there's a line in the sand. Whose side are you on? Are you on Andre's? Are you on the Grizzlies? Pick a side. Everybody picks a side. And like you said, this stuff can continue to happen because nobody is there in the front office like, hey, you know what? Don't do that. It's fun.
Andre Iguodala has done more for the Grizzlies by not showing up than he ever could have by being here. You should thank him every day for this decision. And he and the Grizzlies have come to an agreement on this anyway, so whatever. But, come on.
I mean, like, let's say the unthinkable happened. In a season full of unthinkable moments, say the unthinkable happens. They don't trade him. They get to the Western Conference Finals. They win the NBA Finals. Think they send him a ring?
They should. Absolutely, they should. I mean, this is just spectacular. I mean, John Morant, Dylan Brooks, these guys are like, I mean, Jaren isn't out here wilding out on the tweets. So, but oh man, this is spectacular stuff.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man.
That's it. Let's get it. The big Ric Flair energy coming here. Love it. Here in the Family Leisure Studio. This is fantastic. Just pick a fight with the champs. Why not?
Just go get them.
Just go get everybody. Let's go.
I mean, it didn't pick the fight. They
now they're picking the fight.
Steph inserted himself in a way that he didn't need to. That's on Steph.
Iguodala started it.
And that's who the beef is with, Andre. That's where the issue is.
Well, now it's expanded.
Now it's them.
Let's go.
Don't insert yourself.
Woo!
You insert yourself, it's on you.
That's that.
You grin, you win, man.
We've all learned that. Sometimes the hard way. Back after this, I can't even imagine. Like, what else is next? I don't know. This day is starting off beautifully and just getting better and better.
Oh, and all the comments, man. The Warriors fans are coming out the woodwork, baby.
This is good. Right here, putting it on the map. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96, 187.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselimbembrace.com.
Chase Limb and Brace.
Family is big around here. We're family owned, family operated, family managed. And that means legacy. That means dependability. That means using Grainger. With over 1.5 million products and knowledgeable product experts, Grainger has whatever we need. And with same-day pickup and next-day delivery options, they have it whenever we need it. For over 90 years, businesses like ours have trusted Grainger. Because, like family, Grainger's got our back. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's not too early to start planning for spring at Family Leisure. New pools are starting at $19.99, spas starting at $21.99, and swim spas now only $99.99. 5-piece patio furniture starts at only $799. Pool chemicals, toys, accessories, and more up to 20% off. Mention this ad, you'll get free delivery and 1 month of chemicals with your spa purchase. Start your spring planning now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches, 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
I'm not in love, so don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through.
I don't remember anything burning up quite like this. Just catching fire.
For what do you mean, for the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I mean, like just this, like you got this Grizzlies like drama that's like now national. We got national folks checking in. We got people that aren't even like straight basketball people checking in.
Yeah,
you got it's beautiful.
The beast in years past. Everybody not involved has stayed out of it. So, there was definitely smoke there with the Clippers once upon a time. Everybody else in the NBA managed to stay out of it. This is so unique because Andre Iguodala is a well-respected player, and he went on TV and talked about being moved out of Memphis. And that has rubbed people the wrong way. And now you brought it up in the first hour, he's trying to use his leverage, what little bit he has, to try and force the Grizzlies to send him to a certain team. And the players on this roster aren't feeling that. And you can understand. Yeah. I understand all sides. It all makes sense. Does that mean that I'm not going to egg this on? Nah. I'm not there in my maturity yet. I'm not. I bet you won't talk about his mama, Ja. I bet you won't say nothing about his mama.
I mean,
Who want the smoke?
Steph apparently.
All the smoke. Everyone wants. Steph may not have realized what he was like stepping into here.
No,
I don't think he could have expected that Ja would come right back.
Mm-hmm.
Ja's a 20-year-old. I mean, what a gift.
Mm-hmm.
What a gift.
Rookie of the year right there.
What a gift Ja Morant is.
Just give him the Rookie of the Year.
Not only Rookie of the Year, but just like the attitude is so Memphis. Like he is, again, he's like, I don't know does Memphis turn people like this or
no, Ja came packaged this way.
I mean, I'm telling you, man.
Oh, he has a lot of new fans after today for sure.
This is like, this is some next level stuff, man.
Ja may have been born like this. I don't think you can teach anybody this sort of.
This is advanced.
Wait, yes.
Like chip on your shoulder, like I'm like poking people, like getting after
and
folks.
He's good at it.
He's good at it. Yeah.
T
unafraid.
T probably had Ja playing spades at 3. Ja was probably 3 years old, sitting around the table. Somebody licking the back of the card and smacking it on their forehead because they got the big joker. Like Ja was probably around for that type of trash talking, and that's different.
Man, this just stay tuned. This thing is going to get better and better.
He went from co-signing, which is one thing, to out here just throwing it all out there. Went from shouting it for the people in the back on the Dylan Brooks comment to just, nope, bow, I'm front and center. Let's get this going.
Let's go.
I don't know these dudes. I don't know them like that. I'm in the league like that, and this goes back to that mentality, man. I'm a professional basketball player like you a professional basketball player. Yeah, but I got some MVPs. I don't care what you got. Did you get them when I was in the league? No, shut up. Here we go. I got championships. How many championships you got? None. I just got here, though. How's your team doing this year? You want to talk about that? No? Okay. I'm here for all of this. Get after him. Where's Dylan at? Somebody call Dylan.
Is Dylan? I think maybe
Dylan, get off of Instagram and get on Twitter, dog.
I think Dylan's social media after his situation, he's probably just kind of taking a little sabbatical from social media. It's probably a good idea, quite honestly. So just kind of back that off a little bit. Let's not, stay away a little bit.
Can we get DeAnthony then? There's got to be somebody.
DeAnthony was kind of getting after it a little bit.
Get DeAnthony involved.
A little bit?
Let's call him up, see what's going on. DeAnthony, wake up, man. Your boy needs you in these Twitter streets.
I also like the jaw's up early.
Yeah. Ja was probably, mama mentality, probably in the gym at 3:30.
I mean, that's what you want, man. Getting up early enough to get a
he
workout
also has
in.
a kid.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. She was there last night. Little Kari. She's a very, very cute little youngster. Texter says, are the Grizzlies having to pay Andre Iguodala right now? They are. That's, again, we talked about that. They just got his contract. It was just how it works.
You said it perfectly. They had to get the contract, not the player.
Exactly.
The contract, they got the pick for the contract. They didn't need
the player had to come along with it. That was just part of the gig. But
that's how contracts usually
That's how it
work.
works. But he never actually showed up. He just the contract is on
and it
sheet.
was an understanding both sides.
Technically, he is Dylan Brooks' teammate, which is kind of funny to think about. Interesting too. I alluded to this as well. The comments that were made yesterday from Penny Hardaway on his radio show. And it was, a lot of discussion, obviously, about where the team is and what's going on and all that sort of thing. But he also mentioned that in the midst of everything else, that they had made this game Autism Speaks game, a campaign that enlists NCAA teams to help to combat and to work on and to fight autism. And so Penny said his decision to start Jaden was a tribute to this because, in his words, he has overcome autism. Hardaway said, quote, Jaden was born autistic, and that was the autism game. So he overcame autism, and he's really just a walking miracle with everything he had going on. So that was really a thing between father and son. An interesting phrasing. And interesting story. I don't know that anyone had really ever talked about that. I didn't know about that. I don't know. I mean, it's a lovely thing. It's in retrospect, it changes things a little bit, I guess. But I don't know that that's even while the intention is good. I don't know that that's necessarily the thing to do without telling people or explaining kind of what's going on. I don't think that this isn't supposed to be senior night where you're kind of honoring. Like it's sort of a merit-based situation. His story is great, and if in fact that is what has happened, there's certainly within the medical literature some discussion about whether or not autism can be cured or overcome, or you can certainly experience an improvement, and you can certainly have a great way of handling and improve symptoms and improve all of that. That can definitely happen. Overcoming it and curing it and all this stuff, that may be a different phrasing, but certainly he's come a long way, and that's a great story in and of itself. It just was a strange way to present it. I'll put it that way.
After the fact, I get it, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. You're hearing about it. I'm assuming most of us are hearing about his autism, and I think that's because it's you don't want to broadcast everything that you got going on in your personal life, so this seems to be a private sort of matter between, like you said, father, son, family, and the basketball program. And so I get why initially you don't say anything, but when people like me are questioning why Jaden is starting, then it is, hey, hold up, here's the deal. So I guess that might be why after the fact he felt like he needed to come out and say something. But kudos to Jaden, man. Kudos to him. Autism. There are different you're on the spectrum somewhere, and it hits individuals a little bit differently. But to be able to be, like Penny said, autistic and make good grades and be able to compete in D1 basketball, that is really impressive, and something I would think would inspire others as parents of children with autism, or as an autism child or adult as well.
I mean, that's the wonderful thing, is that you have seen so much growth, so much, I think, appreciation and awareness of what's going on about early, identifying it early. The earlier you can identify autism, the better, because you can start treatments, and you can start to get a handle on what's going on, and understand the symptoms, and help the child deal with their particular set of difficulties within the spectrum. There's all sorts of things that are really important within that diagnosis, and that's the important thing. The thing that I would have liked to. I think it would have been better as a symbol if he had done it before.
See, I don't think he wanted it to be a symbol.
I don't know why he would talk about it then. Because he's played him. He's played him in all these games before. That doesn't. You can't have it both ways. Like, as a symbol, that's cool. But I think it would be great to reveal that, or to talk about that, or to say, hey, this is something that Jaden was diagnosed as being on the autism spectrum, and look at what he's accomplished. And if Jaden wanted to say something, he could say something, and that would be a powerful message for those kids out there that are seeing this guy get out there and play and start, and you want to start him, and you want to feature him prominently. Great, awesome. To do it in retrospect is interesting, but it just created this question and kind of a confusion about why he would start, as opposed to that was something that was unusual, especially because of the way that he's played. The other thing is, when you get to this level, like, it's kind of a performance thing. Like, as much as you want to appreciate his story, you also have to take into account what's actually going on the court. So that's why it was doubly confusing, because people say, why is he starting? Here's why he's starting, but it would have made a lot more sense, and I think it would have been a stronger message at the time to say, hey, this is Autism Speaks game. Here's why we're doing this. And but that said, I'm just happy.
I mean, you can do that without having the, hey, let me tell you this deeply personal story about my son and I. You can say, hey, send out a statement. This is Autism Speaks game. Some of you may not know, but Jaden is autistic. We're going to start him and then be done with it. Then it all makes sense, and you don't have to. I know questions would come pre and post game, but you can find your way to coach speak around those things. But this scene, from the outside looking in and just hearing what Penny had to say and seeing some of the quotes, this seemed like it was just a thing between he and his son. That's what it seemed like, and that is great in everyday life. You're competing here, trying to get to a tournament, and that is where I can see how this might be perplexing for some, though.
But the biggest thing for me, irrespective of all the other stuff, is that it's a really excellent story. He should be very proud of himself. Penny, I'm sure, and as he said, he's very proud of his son. He should be. It is wonderful to see so many people, as we've become better in understanding identification of autism, especially for a lot of people who are, maybe would be diagnosed on the spectrum, who wouldn't have been 10, 20 years ago, because we wouldn't have identified those symptoms that they're having as possibly an autistic diagnosis. That's one of the reasons why diagnoses of autism have gone up, because we can identify it in a way that we couldn't before. That's, there's a lot of people that put a lot of conspiracy theories on that stuff, but it's really just about having a better sense of identification, and more people being willing to go and have those things examined and figure out what's really going on. We didn't have that before. So it's a credit to him. Kudos to him. Irrespective of the competitive stuff, it's great. It was confusing, but having heard the story, kudos to him, kudos to Penny, and particularly kudos to Jaden. So that's a great story, and I continue to wish him well.
Same here.
You think we should come back in a little bit?
Sure, why not?
Let me check and see if Ja's tweeted anything. No. Okay.
Where's Jonas at? Get Jonas involved.
Jonas is not on. Jonas does not tweet. I've talked to him about that. He's not.
I didn't say tweet.
He doesn't. He ain't gonna be on Insta. He ain't gonna be on none of that.
Steph, somebody's at the door. Who is it? What's your name? Jonas Valanciunas. What?
Right there. Let's go.
Jonas just shows up. Hey, you know what it is.
Back after this. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallow and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happened. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-561-6198. 800-561-6198. 800-561-6198. Again, that's 800-561-6198.
Bases loaded here at the top of the ninth. And the pitch. And it's out of here!
We deliver baseball caps, mitts, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together. So the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
For the longest said goodbye to me tonight. There would still be music left to write.
That's Billy Joel right there. For the longest time.
Okay.
Soft Rock Tuesday, closing out strong.
He's one of my favorites.
I could see that. I could see that. Makes sense. He's a good artist.
Yeah, I like his music. It's very groovy. It's smooth.
It's smooth.
It's like a smooth, groovy type, vibe.
Like a smooth, groovy vibe.
I didn't know we were still saying groovy.
An SGV. Smooth, groovy vibe. Let's go. Oh, man. Who you got? John Morant versus Andre Iguodala.
Versus Steph Curry?
No, I mean, on the floor, Iguodala traded. First defensive possession. Gets
John
switched
Morant.
on to John Morant.
Works him.
You gonna work him?
Works him.
Oh.
Leaves him.
Oh. What if he if they played, just think about this for a second. If they played and John Morant crossed him up and knocked him, the amount of explosion, particularly if he did it in Memphis, the crowd may be like Rucker, like they all just come on the floor, like game's over, like we had to call it at that point. It doesn't even have we can't finish the game. Everyone just comes Iguodala just slinks to the back like it. Oh yeah,
gets by.
I hope if in fact they play, if in fact they played, it would be we would have to have whoever the opposing coach is put Iguodala on Ja. It would just have to happen. They cannot be on the court together and not face off. Switch, get the switch, whatever we got to do. And as soon as you get that switch, then back it up and let's go. Take a run at him.
Throw Dylan in there as well. Dylan's the one that got this all hot.
Yeah, but
Dylan made the block hot.
Can we just be honest though?
What?
Dylan's probably gonna get stopped by this.
I still want to see it.
He's right. I mean,
I still want to see it. What do you mean?
Just trying to get the best possible chance to
embarrass it. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
1-on-1. Go get him.
I feel like Iguodala would just.
Dylan's the one who wants to show him what Memphis is about.
Like Finals MVP, Iguodala. Because he's going to be revved up for that matchup. He's ready for it. That dude can defend LeBron.
Yes.
That dude can defend.
He ain't never faced the light-skinned mama, though. So
it's going to be Dylan. Pop. Cross, fade, block. Damn it.
Dylan, what are you doing?
Dylan, come on, dude. It's
I'm here for it.
But Ja.
I'm here for both.
Let's go. Now, if on the off chance he hits that little fadeaway, then he might get kicked out of the game because of all the trash that he's thought. He might just get 2 technicals right out of the gate.
Or we can just go NBA Jam with
That's what I'm saying.
With Ja and Dylan versus Steph and Iguodala.
Okay.
There we go. I like that. Great minds, Zach. I like the way you think. That's exactly how you do it.
Tag team of the decade.
That's how you do it.
I mean, this is just.
He's on fire. John Morant would definitely get a boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. He's on fire.
Give me that.
He just tweeted out some crazy stuff.
Boom shakalaka.
Ooh, it's lit. That guy would probably say stuff like that. Oh, fam, it's lit.
Oh, boy.
All the smoke.
Gersnick's gin. Sounds like you're sneezing. Gersnick. Excuse me. Whoo! All right. What's coming up on middays? More of this? Is Ja coming on? Is Andre Iguodala coming on?
Unfortunately, no.
But I hear they got somebody special though.
Yes. Isaac Bruce is coming on.
Hey.
When is IB coming on?
At the top of the hour of the show.
Top of the show?
Top of the show.
10:05. Let's do it. That's like 10 minutes.
Along with Isaac Bruce, Steve Macy, and Don Wade will join in at their normal spots. And
Don was in there. Don was in there with me last night.
Oh,
Don will have some stories.
Okay.
Don's gonna have some. I'm sure he heard and saw and all that stuff. It is just, electric.
Ja appears to be clarifying that he is, I do believe, targeting Steph, not Andre.
How so?
Bank on Twitter, a lot of people are doing this, but posted a picture, put John Morant's head on LeBron James blocking Andre Iguodala's shot. What an interesting substance that he appears to be smoking in the picture. Josh says, nah, I ain't saying that. Or, excuse me, nah, I ain't saying nothing like that. So I think Ja's beef is specifically with Steph chiming in.
Okay.
Nah, I-N, I-A-N-N, say nothing like that.
Okay, so
from that, my interpretation is he is specifically targeting Steph. Although Dylan is specifically targeting Andre, which, again, makes the NBA Jams matchup better.
Okay, all right. I got to find this because I gotta clarify. I need to see it.
Okay. I mean, it's over here if you want to see it.
Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna look over here.
All right, so
Where's it right there?
There's Rachel Nichols.
Yeah, I got that right there.
There's Ja's response.
Mm-hmm.
There, my man Banks' response is.
Right.
And there's Ja.
Nah, I ain't say nothing like that. No, he dunked on somebody though.
He dunked on Steph.
I mean, he didn't say
definitely
it. He didn't say anything, technically. But it's still. I mean, this is just wild, man. This is where it's at.
Yes.
Memphis.
Beautiful land.
Who would have thought at this stage of the season that it would be the Grizzlies who have 25 wins and are getting all the smoke, and the Memphis Tigers are just kind of doing the best they can to hang on amidst the season of injury and turmoil and unexpected problems.
Nobody. That list is non-existent. We all knew the Tigers were going to be really, really good and have a really special season, and that the Grizzlies were going to be lucky to win 30 games. I said 23. They are 2 over that in February.
That is, that's just where it is. That's where it is. I can't believe it. I'm so excited about today. What a fun situation. I can't wait.
Spicy.
I can't wait. Oh, I hope that guy comes back.
NBA Jams?
He's still around. He's still around. Let's get it. Now, that being said, we got to get out of here. Midday's coming up with the Hall of Famer, Isaac Bruce, coming your way right at the top of the program. You're definitely going to stick around for that. Coming up tomorrow, we got Fish coming on. I can't wait to hear his take on all of this. God knows what's going to happen between now and then. This has the potential to get even crazier. So excited. It's going to be fun.
Can we get Andre Iguodala flying into practice, Jimmy Butler style, grabbing a bunch of scrubs, be like, come on, guys, let's go out there and compete.
I'd love that.
Practice.
They are practicing today, so yeah, maybe so. We got to get out of here. Everybody, have a great and spicy Tuesday.
The Vargas family, legendary Memphis restaurateur, starting with Mr. Charlie and continuing today with his grandchildren.
Brett, it just dawned on me the other day that while Memphis is celebrating its bicentennial, the Rendezvous has been here well over 1/3 of Memphis's existence. But we're not a place to rest on our laurels or reputation. We're always trying to add new things to make our customers' experience more enjoyable. Friday lunches have always been special because we give away our red beans and rice. But we are now adding a sausage sandwich.
John, we first got a taste of it at the golf tournament.
It's the same sausage we serve on our cheese and sausage plate, but it will be served lengthwise on the bun with beans and slaw on the side. We've also partnered with a company called Devillet out of Dyersburg to introduce a new sweet glazed mustard with Rendezvous seasoning in it. It will really go great with a sandwich. I still recommend adding slaw. As I've mentioned before, my grandfather had a hot dog